Grobit! Welcome on in, first and foremost. Also, excuse me. It was probably in reference, I mean, it's on Halloween, right? It's probably in reference to something spooky. I don't necessarily know what it would be, but I'm 99% sure I had a good reason to say that. Oh dear. I hope you're doing well though. I hope everyone who's popping in is doing well. Let me change screen really quickly. I have just changed around the order of the scenes, so if I'm getting a bit lost, I apologize. It's because I had all of my VTuber scenes like right at the bottom of the list, so I'd have to scroll all the way down every single time, and I figured, you know what, it'd just be easier if they were a little bit higher up now that I'm using them more, so I moved them up. Heck yeah. Oh dear, I hope everyone is doing good though today. My brain is feeling a little bit tired today. I've had quite a long migraine and it's still kind of there, but it's like, it's not too bad. It's on its way out kind of thing. The only thing that's kind of sticking around a lot at the moment is that thinking in a straight line is not happening. Only thinking in wobbly lines. And so honestly, what better day to do math, which is basically what pattern making is, than a day where I can't think of something for more than a couple minutes. I think it's a great day for that. Dear. On the plus side though, this is kind of what pattern making is for me. It's like, you know, experimenting, trying a few things out, making them sing. Oh shoot, I need to, bah, ignore that. You didn't see anything. You saw nothing. Pretend that never happened. I've still got all the stuff from yesterday on. Oh god. Let me turn those off really quickly. Heck, you haven't seen anything. Nothing. There you go. Okay. No more sponsored stream. We're not sponsored today. There you go. And I think I had. Yeah. Okay. Everything's fine. Don't worry about that. Professional. We saw everything. You didn't see anything. You saw nothing. Oh dear. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything else important. I guess we'll see. I think as long as the commands are off, it's okay. Yeah, I don't want to accidentally people think that I'm sponsored when I am not sponsored right now. I am making this of my own volition. Not too bad. Going to Colchester for... Oh, good luck. I hope that it goes well. Heck yeah. Oh dear, I hope you have good weather for it. I know weather's been a bit up and down the last 2 days. 1 day. I guess it depends. I'm right on the west, so like we hit the weather quite early. I hope the weather's okay for you. Yesterday, it was so windy. My god. Today though, it's been a lot better. Yesterday was just incredibly windy. It was getting to the point where like I would be jumping because like the wind would hit the house so hard it'd make like a big bang noise and be like, oh my god. But yeah, it's a lot better today than it was yesterday. Sunny at the moment. Oh, honestly, that's pretty pleasant. That's pretty good. Good temperature, nice weather. Yeah, okay, good conditions. Very nice. That's good Dayton weather right there. Oh dear. Can I tell you something that's happened to me the last couple of days as well? It's because, okay, here's the thing. Shiny's been doing a really good job moving some stuff around the house and making more spaces and stuff like that. But the side effect of Shiny moving things around is that some rather large house spiders have taken up residence in the bedroom and they've kicked me out. Well, they haven't exactly kicked me out of the bedroom, but they kind of have. So they've been like moving stuff around at night and they're really big. If you haven't seen house spiders in the UK, they're really large. Welcome on in, say thank you for the horn. I've been sleeping on the couch for 2 nights now, 2 nights straight, because they're like, I don't know if they're nocturnal, but I only see them at night, where, you know, I can't really deal with them very easily without making a lot of noise. So like, yeah, I'm like, you know what? Okay, we'll just leave that till the next day, and then the next day I can't find them anywhere. So I haven't found them. We're gonna have another look this evening. But they're like, there's more than one of them, and they're big enough that they like push things over and move stuff in the night. So when you're laying in bed, you can hear just stuff rustling and moving around you constantly. And I can't sleep. I can't sleep when there's like things just moving and like falling over in the room. It stresses me out. So it's not that I'm specifically like, I don't think it's the spiders that is the problem. It's the fact that they're large enough that they move everything around. And so like when I'm trying to get to sleep, there's just paper falling off things and like things shifting, and it's like, I can hear it. It's driving me insane. So I've just been sleeping on the couch, and hopefully not tonight. Hopefully tonight I can have sleep in a bed. But we need to find them all because they're so big. Awesome Booty, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Hello. Oh dear. I'm just talking about that I've been sleeping on the couch for 2 days because a gang of house spiders has kicked me out of my bedroom. Oh dear. Although they really haven't done anything. It's not like they've been attacking me specifically. It's more just like the moving stuff around that's been doing stuff. Also, Grobit! Heck! Thank you so much for the watch streak. I hope that's one day something that I can have pop up on the screen. But thank you so much. That's very heckin' kind of you. Spiders big enough to move things. They're not tarantulas, but they are about the size of my palm. I don't have the biggest hands in the world. So I guess if I measure them, if they're the size of my palm, that means they are about 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters. Which for a UK spider, I think they're the biggest that we get in the UK are house spiders. And also house spiders can be really, really small as well, but like generally they grow big. They're like goldfish. They start small, but they get big. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, I mean, 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters is pretty big. It's probably not for other countries. You're probably gonna be like, that's baby spider, that's tiny. But for here, that's quite big. And having a lot of them in one room, they move stuff. They move everything. They don't really create webs or any stuff because they're like all hiding underneath boxes. But that's the thing is because we've been moving boxes, they're like their house has been moved. So now they've all moved into the bedroom and it's like, no, no. Oh, we don't have watch time. I don't know why. It's not one of the ones I have. I wonder if it's with a different bot, maybe like not Nightbot. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have it. I'm not sure why. I would put it in there otherwise. That's pretty big. I wouldn't care about the noise tonight. It will die there and then. Yeah, so I will say they're very sneaky. The last one I saw, it was on one of my costumes. At the moment, the costumes are in the bedroom because, of course, we don't have the sewing room done. It was on my costume, and I'm not splatting it. I'm not splatting it on one of my costumes. And it's like, it's in the folds of the costume, kind of, so it's like you'd have to reach in to grab it. And I was like, no. You know what? I'm not afraid of spiders, but I'm also not doing this at like 1 in the morning. I'll just sleep on the couch. Oh dear. Yeah, I could hear where they were, but I haven't seen. It's difficult because like I've not seen more. No, I have seen 2 of them at once. I do wonder if there's more than 2, to be fair. But it's difficult because they move quite quickly. They're very big, but they're also they like hide under things. So like when you turn the lights on, they're normally underneath something. Although yeah, this one I did manage to see right in the open. Which was when I was like, Shiny, help. I can't sleep. The spiders are moving things. But yeah, I'm a bit migraine-ish. I'm a bit sleepy because I've been sleeping on the couch. Because spiders have kicked me out of my bed. Oh dear. To be fair, like when we catch them during the day, we could just like, you know, pop them outside. pop them outside. They'll be fine. They're big enough that they'll survive. Listen, they're huge. But like, yeah, not in the bedroom. Not where all the papers are. That's the thing is, just because like they're quite large, if they like scuttling over papers, the papers shift around and you get like the noise in the middle of the night. It's like, ah! And then if they're, I keep a couple of them are broken, unfortunately, which is like why you can get in the costumes now. But I keep my costumes in suit bags. And so when they're like climbing over the suit bags, it's like crinkle, 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 crinkle. And it's like, ah! I could just hear them. Stop it. I was really nervous because when I first heard them, I thought they kind of sounded like rats. And I was like, how? We're on the first floor for starters. And like, there's no food in this room. So there's like no reason that there would be like rats. But like, it sounded like this like scuffling of rat. If you've heard like rats in a roof or something like that, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like rats like digging at things. And so when I was hearing it at night the first time, I didn't assume they were spiders. I just assumed they were rats. And I was like, oh my god, how did a rat get in our bedroom? And why is it like tunneling? Where is it? And why can I hear them at 2 different places? Wait, we didn't have any rats. Why do we suddenly have loads of rats? What's going on? No, it's just spiders, really big spiders, which honestly I think for a lot of people would be worse than rats. No rats, just massive spiders. My house is slowly but surely becoming like Dark Souls. We're good. All we need is some dogs. Get some dogs, and then we have massive spiders and rats. Oh dear. Yeah, no rats, thankfully. Just lots of spiders. Just lots of really, really big spiders. Oh dear. Yeah, so that's how my life is at the moment. It's all right, to be fair. Like, all things considered, it's not the worst. I can sleep on the couch for a few nights. But, yeah. It's making me anxious, because I'm like, if I leave the door open, will they come into this room? I guess in some ways it's not so bad, but like, I'd have to be pretty careful because obviously I do have like areas of my room on camera, and like, I don't want to spook people by having like a massive spider walk into frame. I guess arachnophobia is like a big one. Like, a lot of people are very afraid of spiders, so like, I wouldn't want to spook people in the middle of a sewing session by having a massive spider just crawl on my desk or something. Especially because if it's next to my hands, it'll look even bigger because I don't have very big hands. So like, they are big, but they're not stupidly big. But on camera next to my hands, they will look stupidly big. Oh dear. Oh, also, I don't know if I showed you this. I have got a few things to show you, actually. I don't know if I showed you this the other day. We have our collector screen here, right, which is the one that we'll be mainly crafting in, which is the one where I can have my hands out and do sewing and stuff like that. But I do also have this screen, which I might have to move where the chat is actually thinking about it, because you do kind of cover it. But it means that I can like show you my mannequin, and putting the stuff on there and like building it up slowly. I might actually just, while your guys is there, I might just move chat, because I don't think that's probably the best place for chat. I don't know if I can have chat on this screen is the thing, because like, where do I put you? Where can you go? I don't know where you can go. Where like, you're not going to be wildly in the way. I'll put you here, but I might minimize you just for now. There you go. You do exist on the screen, you're just invisible. But yeah, so we have like a double cam now, so I can show you the stuff building up on the mannequin while we make it. So if we're, say, like doing stuff, putting on the mannequin, doing stuff, and then like putting it on the mannequin, I can just switch backwards and forwards. The other thing that happened is my books arrived. Now, again, I'm a bit migraine-ish right now. I don't think I'll be able to read them. Sorry. This is the problem with books and me, is like, it's because they're like physical books, I can't blow up the text, but I can at least show you so you can kind of see what I'm referencing. This is one that I've been really, really excited to get, from 1600 to 1630. Men's patterns, and oh my god, it's such a good book. I have been waiting for this book for so long, and I'm so glad that I have it. It's so cool. Anime, welcome on in. I was just going to show you guys some of the books that I've got for this next costume. Again, I'm not going to probably be able to read it right now, but I can show you the pictures. So they go through some like stitches. Oh god, that's going to be very yellow. Some stitches and stuff like that about connecting and all that, but the bit that's really interesting is them taking older pieces of clothing and breaking them up into their components. So like, for instance, this one, it's I believe this is a doublet or doublet. I'm gonna call it a doublet, but they break it up, and then these are the pattern pieces. So it like takes it from this to this and shows you how to draw it up. Like, it's really, really cool. There's also some really cool bits where they show the layering, because these pieces are like super, super layered. Also these pattern bits are good. There's a lot, by the way. There's a lot. There's a lot for just one. I'm trying to find those parts. This is, again, how they sewed them together. So basically it just takes certain items of men's clothing and shows you how they would have made it. But there are some also really, really cool bits about layering, which I can't seem to find right now. It does it with multiple pieces of clothing as well. Like, yeah, this is like the example of like seeing it how it would be, and then taking it all apart. And again, I can't read most of it right now, so unfortunately I can't like confirm or deny which bits they are. I wish I could find the bit which talked about the layering, because the layering is so cool. Maybe it's a bit difficult with it and you can't read it. Oh dear. It's pretty sick though. It's pretty sick. And the bits where they're like showing you how to sew it all together. And again, like they reference the stitches at the beginning of the book for like the types of stitch that they would have used for this, and then the types of stitch they would have used at this point. You can like reference back to the beginning of the book and be like, oh, okay, they're referencing like, there's one that's had later on that has really intense buttonholage, and like that one's really cool. Yeah, so like they're like, oh yeah, it would have been like this kind of stitch, so then you can see it like as you do it up. It's so cool. I've been waiting for this book, and I'm gonna use it so hard. Exciting, hell yeah, book excitement. Oh, Dis, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, thank you. I'm a bit not under the weather, but other than that, I'm all right. I really want to find the bit which shows you the buttonholes. I'm not gonna go through. Oh, here's a bit. Shows you the layering. Like shows you the layering for just one piece. And like this sort of stuff is so useful, because like even if you were to get reference images of the pieces, you're not going to be able to see how many layers go into each pattern piece. And like, it's so cool. So I can't read it, god damn it. I wish I could tell you what they were. Oh, that's the other thing. It tells you the fabrics that they're made of. So it will be like, name this layer, and then the fabric that it would have been made of, and then this layer, this layer, this layer, this layer. It's all color coded. It's so cool. It's so cool. There's a really cool bit with buttonholes as well, where I don't know if I can find it. Again, it's a little difficult without being able to read, because I'm going completely via the pictures. This is a different piece that they're working on right now. But I feel like this is the one. Is this not the one which has the really cool buttonholes? There's one that has like ridiculous buttonholage. And it like referenced back to the stitches an awful lot. Oh, we go into the capes. The capes is not what I needed. I like the doublets. The doublets. Thank you for the hydrate. Welcome on in, Brain. We're just talking a little bit about, yeah, all of the... one of my reference books that I'm very much enjoying. Can't say, oh, you're fine, take care. Oh yeah, to be fair, it's really late for you. Take care, enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope that you're doing all right. I shall hydrate. It's still kind of hot, to be honest, but we did it. Yeah, I love this book. As soon as I saw this was an option of something that I could do, was it this one? Yeah, no, it is this one, because yeah, it's got all of like the really intricate stitching on it. This one was really interesting. Again, I can't pinpoint exactly where I was reading through it because I can't really read the words right now. But
oh yeah, have a wonderful day.
Oh, wonderful day, Chad. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I'm just going through a book that I got. I'm not going to go through the whole book, and I would say that if you're looking to make very specifically 16th or 17th century menswear, this is a really good book to pick up. But you know, I get it only really in that specific scenario. But like, it's so cool. I love it. It's like, it goes through how you do all the stitching around the buttonholes, because again, it's all completely hand stitched, all this. It shows like the different stitches, the front of the back of certain parts, and then like, again, a lot of it does, I can see like the small things. They reference back to certain pages where the stitches go into detail of how you would do those stitch. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love it. I've been waiting. I am late to the party. What book? This book. It is called 17th century men's dress patterns from 1600 to 1630. Sorry, it's maybe not like the most exciting sounding book in the world, but I really like it. And again, if you're looking to make slightly more old-fashioned clothing, do you have green jelly gloves? I do. But I'm not going to be using them right now because I'm going to be cutting a lot of stuff out, and because they're fabric-y gloves, here they are. Because they're fabric-y gloves, I wouldn't want to like accidentally cut them. So yeah, I do have them. They're just not for right now. Oh dear. Wow, Jenny, I did. Well, you can't see my hands on the VTuber, right? You have no idea. I could have flesh fingers. That was something I learned recently when I was learning Welsh. I was learning head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Except it's not that. It's head, shoulders, legs, and feet. And if you want to actually say toes, you effectively say feet fingers. Weird. Excuse me. Oh, George, welcome. Oh, you're going back to work already? That's very fair. I hope work goes well when you get back and you haven't missed too much. Oh dear. The double, yeah, I do have the gloves. I just, you know, you kind of had to pick and choose when to wear them. Otherwise, you end up cutting up your gloves. And yeah, we'll be doing a lot of cutting things out today, so I'm gonna play it safe. But yeah, I'm so pleased with this book. I think it's fantastic. I did get another book. This was a book that was recommended by Amazonia Cos, another cosplayer on Twitch, and honestly, it's great. I kind of needed a book like this because I needed some inspiration, and that is this one, Manipulating Fabric, or The Art of Manipulating Fabric. It's gonna catch the light a lot. I'll try and cover that bit. It's basically a book on smocking. And I'm going to be doing like a lot of smocking. I've already got a couple of the smocking patterns that I'm going to be using, but it does like tucks, does pleating, it does cording, and lots of smocking. So it kind of just goes through all of that and how you would do it. And it's just like I think for me, I'll be using it more for inspiration because I don't know, I would like to do some cording, but I think most of the smocking techniques that I'm interested in doing, I probably have already worked out. But I do still love the book, and it's got some really interesting like ideas and things you could do. I'm going to be sticking to slightly more historical, but a lot of it is very historical. There was one that I saw which I'm probably, once again, not going to be able to find right now. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, this. I really liked this. And I don't know if I would use it on the hat, but I'm gonna maybe do some tests for something similar to that, because I did really like it. Oh dear. First day might be a bit rough. I mean, when you've been out of work, like especially like on a holiday and having like a really fun time, it's always a bit of the shock to the system to go back, but I hope that it's not too bad. Right, as far as how far we've got so far, I'll just do it on this stream rather than doing the other one. We do have some start, because I have started this weekend already technically. So I'm making my patterns out of felt. The reason I'm making my patterns out of felt is because eventually there will be a lot of smocking panels. Basically the fabric's going to be really thick once I finished working with it. So I figured rather than using just normal cotton or canvas, I'd use like a bit thicker. So I'm using felt. We are now working at the bit coming out. So the jacket is going to have the whole sleeve attached to it. The reason I'm doing it like that is because I want the double to be a cap sleeve at the top. I want it to be short because otherwise I am going to overheat. Most of the conventions in the UK that I could potentially wear this to are over the summer, like between May and October, which means layers and layers and layers means you're going to be really hot. Oh my god! Heck! B! How is your stream? How goes the Apex? I'm assuming you're doing Apex. How goes the Apex? I hope that it's going well. If anyone's not met B before, they're a very, very sweet bean streamer. You might think that Apex is not your cup of tea if you've come from like a makers and crafting perspective, but B is such a chill person, very, very relaxing to watch. So if you're looking for someone to like craft along to, B is excellent. I hope you're doing well. I hope your stream is going good. And Rated, welcome on in. And oh, George, welcome back in. I hope you're doing well. Hello, hi, my name is Jelly. I'm a cosplayer based in the UK. We're actually just starting, oh, wrong one. Wait. Oh, it is. Oh yeah, I've got this one up. That's why. We are just starting a next cosplay. We're just starting it. Like we finished designing it this weekend or late last week maybe, and we're just starting it. I have to like. Oh no, you're fine. I'm assuming it's quite late for you. Take care of yourself. Thank you for popping by. But yeah, get some snacks and rest and such. B is also someone that we made a VTuber for a while ago. So if you want to see more of the models that we've made on this channel, definitely check out B. There's a very cute one over there. I think B has my only human model. I don't count Shifties because Shifties is literally like white because they're like a ghost jester. I think B is the only human I've ever modeled. Human-ish. Oh dear. Maybe the only flesh tone model. Oh no, that's not true because I did make one for Dem, but Dem had like a chibi one. Oh dear. But yeah, welcome on in everyone. We do cosplay. I don't know how many people here are aware of the Owl House. We're doing a collector from the Owl House, or the collector from the Owl House I should say, but we are doing them in the style of 16th century to 17th century men's fashion. The reason we're doing it like that is because, well, first of all, I wanted to have a bit of a challenge, but secondly, because in the Owl House, the collector is actually first introduced to the series 400 years in the past. I did actually get the exact date. It might be 1660. I might have to double check that though. But it was about 400 years ago-ish. And so we are doing it as if based on that sort of fashion. The collector is a very, very powerful figure in the Owl House. They are probably one of the most powerful as far as like just raw power goes. So I've done them as a mixture of a jester costume and a king costume because like it felt like that kind of godlike status needed to be I couldn't do it in like a simple jester, but they are at the end of the day like a trickster. They are like a child, so having it like a jesterish king, that's the design. Also, Luna, welcome on in. I hope everything's going well. The costume pics I've been seeing on the Discord are stunning, so pretty. I hope you're doing well. Today we are working on. Sorry, I'm like flicking around a lot. This is a pattern that I'm trying to get for the bottom half of the arm. So there's like two poofs on the arm. There's a really big shoulder one, but there's actually one right underneath as well. So that's the one that I want to start working on, which I've done some tests for and I've got some ideas about, but it's one of those things where it's like, for the first one I did more similarly to the shoulder, where the poof stayed on one side. It doesn't really work lower down on the arm, and that's okay. I did the test to see if I liked it, and I didn't. So the poof is great, and the sizing is fine, but it doesn't work as well. Like the shoulder, it worked having the poof on the top because it's going over like a very curved surface, but not so much this. So I remade the pattern. so that it would have, instead of the 4 big ones, it had 8 small ones. Now, I might end up changing this again, because after having thought a little bit about it, I think I'd actually like the opening a little bit bigger. But what we're going to do is test to see if the sizing is good on this first, and then if I like it, great. We might just make the openings a little bit bigger, which means like these, it'd just be like a bit longer than it is right now. And it might also mean that we have to space out the darts a little bit better. Ah, dear. Oh, is cosplay accurate? Yeah, sure. I mean, I could probably remove the fact that we're going to be starting it because, you know, I've already started it. Also, Beth, good time zone. I hope you're doing good. Thank you so much, Beth. I gave myself challenge with Hatsune Miku. Heck yeah, I love a good Miko cosplay? Miku cosplay, though. Alright, you can't see how big this is. But I've got a massive roll of felt. Actually, wait, I can show you how big this is. Let me just... Here's my massive roll of felt. It's a bit foldy at the moment, but it's in there. Oh dear. It's a bit big for what I need it for at the moment, but again, I'd rather use felt considering how thick all of these are going to end up being. Actually, this one will technically be a little bit thinner than some of the others, but so minorly that it's not even really worth talking about. Right, I'm gonna cut out a basic amount that I'm going to need, and then I'll draw the design on it, and then cut it out from that, just because it'll be a little difficult to work around it with this huge piece of felt. There we go. Pop that back on the ground next to me. I tend to use biro when I'm doing all my patterns. Not necessarily on my final pattern. On my final pattern, I'll probably be a little bit more careful and use chalks. But like for these ones, doesn't matter really, does it? They just practice. Oh my god! Oh my god! Everyone's popping in to say hi. Ver, welcome on in. How was your stream? What did you get up to? Was it a Pokemon day? What kind of day? It was a Pokemon day. How was it? Did you have a good day? How was your stream? Ver is a very sweet bean streamer. They do the Starlight Foundation streams, which is how I ended up meeting them. But they also do lots of really just fun, silly streams on their own channel. Again, if you're looking for somewhere just to like chill and relax if you've had a bad day, I probably recommend Ver. I probably recommend Ver for a day that you've had a bad day. And Blue, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. And Queermint, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We have literally just started our next costume, which is a 16th century version of the Collector from Owl House. Again, I'm not sure how familiar everyone in chat with the Owl House is. I might end up spoiling some as we keep making it because I am referencing parts of the 3rd season in the costume, but I would highly recommend going and checking that out. Even if maybe you do get some spoilers, it can't spoil the whole series, promise. It's such a good series, highly recommend. It was, yes, I only have 11 more mons. Oh, you're doing a dex? Heck yeah. Have you got is his name Goldengo? Have you got Goldengo? I can't remember if that's his name. It's the guy made up of all the little coin beans. Also, if you have seen him, what do you think of him? Do you like him? Do you not like him? Oh dear, Vertines are very comfy. Exactly, comfy. I need to watch Owl House. Oh, have you not seen it, Dis? Oh my god. It is so... I really like it. I really like it. It's a really good series. It takes a little bit to kick off because it very much starts more episodic. When the story kicks in, that's when it becomes, I think, probably... If you've heard people talking positively about the Owl House, probably a lot of what they've come into... It's like, you know, it's a comfy series, and then it's not a comfy series. Then it's like really hype, and there's like a really big switch. Oh my god! Wait, no way you are live, Shifty. You probably just woke. Wait, no, you can't be live. Aren't you at work? Wait a minute. I don't know if I believe Shifty raided. I think Shifty's at work right now. I don't think Shifty's streaming. How the hell did that happen? Yeah, that's what I thought. I know what day it is. Oh dear. I do. What do you think of Goldengo, Ver? Unless you need to go get snacks, in which case please do go get snacks. Also, I'm not leaving any panels, extra panels, because I'd rather not. I'd rather just go with what this is and say that this is the pattern. Oh dear. I haven't seen the Tire of the Owl House, but I really like King. King is a very good bean. I mean, they're all kind of good beans. The only one that I'm still struggling to have grow on me is Hootie. Whenever I hear Hootie's voice, it sends like a shiver down my spine, and I struggle with Hootie. Everyone else, though, very, very cute. And I do like the relationship between some of the characters in Hootie later on, like when Hootie gets more friends. Oh, I am working. Oh, you're working from home? Nice. Oh, dear. To be fair, I guess not a bad time to work from home. I imagine that the wind has been playing havoc with public transport. Although, again, I'm not sure exactly how much it would affect you, but it's been very, very windy here. Like, I would not be surprised at all if you've been like, oh yeah, can't get into work, it's windy. It's like, it is heckin' windy. Jesus. Hootie, he does, yeah, Hootie activates my fight or flight response. And I just haven't quite been able to get over it. Yeah, Goldengo the Pokemon, I don't know if I like them. I like that they, what do you call it? On water, they have like a surfboard. I do like that. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't know about Goldengo, man. I'm not sure. Oh, have a lovely lurk, George. I really hope work goes well when you go back to it. Also, do you want to see my disgusting, disgusting Biro hands? This is what happens if you use Biro on felt. Like, you just get covered in it. I mean, it's okay, because this is all pattern, like, this is all practice pattern work. My hands will slowly get more and more covered with Biro as the stream goes on, though. Just as a heads up. I'm also glad I don't have to go to school, not because of the wind, but also because of the buses. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, yeah, absolutely. That makes it hard. Oh, dear. Yeah, we've been talking a bit about the Owl House. I'm so like up and down because I want to talk about some of the design moves, but I'm also like, I really don't want to spoil the show for people who haven't seen it. The thing is though, the show does finish in a few weeks, and like, listen, I might have to just put Owl House spoilers in the title from now on and just be a bit more careful. Also, Ver, if you're still there, if you're not, don't worry, go to sleep, you're good. But we did get our duck. We said that if we hit a certain amount for charity, for the Starlight Foundation, some of us were getting duck tattoos. His name is Buddy, and he's a doodle duck, and he lives on my arm now. Oh dear. Pokemon Anniversary in 2 weeks? Yeah. The thing is though, I don't have to worry about that, because I can just choose to not talk about it if I don't want to spoil it, right? Whereas the Owl House, I am making a costume that is heavily inspired by the 3rd season. So it's like, this is the only thing that I'm having problems with, is like, you know, I can just choose not to spoil other things, but my costume itself may potentially become a slight spoiler for the 3rd season, which is why this in particular is like, I might just have to put spoilers in the title. It's cute, thank you! Yeah, his name is Buddy. I wanted, because it's for like a children's charity, or like, you know, Starlight is a charity for kids, I wanted to get a tattoo that, not that it looked like it was drawn by a kid, but it, you know, it looked more like a doodle that a kid might do, you know? Because I didn't necessarily want to get like the charity tattooed on my arm or stuff like that. I don't really want any writing on me, to be honest. But I wanted something that was a bit more representative of the charity, and I figured, yeah. So I talked to the tattoo artist, and they do a lot more fine line stuff. They tend to do like manga panels and stuff, and anime tattoos. And I was like, listen, hey, would you do like a wobbly doodle duck? And they were like, yeah, go on then. Oh dear. What is that collector next to your character? Oh, this is my design. This is the design that I did. So again, we are doing the collector, but we're doing the collector based on fashion from the 16th century, because that's when they're first introduced to the series. So it's heavily inspired, but it is at the end of the day an original design for the collector. Yeah, we're doing an original design cosplay. Honestly, I love doing original design cosplays. They're so much fun. You can focus on whatever the heck you want. The majority of my costumes are actually original designs, which is not maybe the most normal way to go as a cosplayer. Also, sorry, I rolled my sleeves up and I was like, that will help. But no, I'm still too warm. Ah, dear. Yeah, it's custom design. Yeah. So there are certain things that I personally wanted to work on. One of them was smocking. I want to do a lot of smocking. But I also just kind of wanted to challenge myself a little bit. You know, with these big builds, they take years to finish. This one has, I think 16 months is how long I'm expecting it to take, if everything goes to plan. So it could actually take longer than that if things don't go to plan. So I think when you're planning these really, really big builds, it's important that you do something that you're really excited about, because otherwise you're stuck for a very long time, potentially doing something that you're like, damn, I wish I was still excited about this. So yeah, with original designs, you can kind of choose the techniques that you do. You can choose your own challenges. Like one challenge that I'm going to have for this particular costume that I've kind of imposed on myself, but it also fits the theme, is that the entire costume will be hand stitched. I'm not using my sewing machine doing this costume. There's a couple reasons I really want to do that. One reason is it's a nice challenge for myself to focus on more hand stitching techniques, and it kind of pushes me to get better at this sort of thing. 2, it's kind of as a fuck you Twitter kind of statement. So a lot of the time you see on Twitter, and especially like comments about your own cosplays and stuff like that, when you enter big cosplay competitions, people will always try and find a reason why you can do it but they can't, kind of thing. And one that you get a lot is like, because I don't spend very much money on my costumes generally. I have an allowance of about £20 a month to spend on my hobby, and that's what I spend on it. So, you know, if it takes a year, then the costumes cost it costs 240 quid, sorry, math. If it takes, 10 years, it'll cost a lot more, because my allowance is per month, not for per costume, you know? So that's how I budget my costumes. And one comment I still got a lot of was, but that's still elitism, right? Because like you have a sewing machine already, so it's not like that for everyone else. And it's true, it's not like that for everyone else. So let me do the same thing but hand stitch the whole costume. Using literally only techniques from 400 years ago. It's just one of those things, unfortunately, happens more and more in cosplay competitions. You don't do well because you're good, you do well because you had an advantage. And there are advantages, having equipment already is an advantage. I'm not going to deny that that's the case. But most of the time, people in large cosplay competitions aren't there because they own a sewing machine. They're there because they're, like, very good. And I get that a hell of a lot. So I was like, you know what would be really funny, this costume? You know what would be really, really funny? If I make the whole thing from, like, hand stitching. And then when people say that I had any kind of technological advantage, I can be like, well, actually, no, I didn't. Also, Crypt, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. Well, I'm being spiteful. Damn, and then the end date is 2 years for projects like that. Yeah. Like, really big projects take such a long time. I'm gonna have to go now. You're fine. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that it goes well. But yeah, it's basically just as a kind of screw you. Especially because I already know that this is kind of like, it sounds a little bit sad, but it's like, it is what it is at the moment. Unfortunately, this is just like the environment that competitive cosplay is like right now. I already know that if I win something, it will be, people will call it a pity prize for the disabled girl. So I already know if I ever win a larger cosplay competition, there'll be a very vocal group of people that will say that I only won it because I was disabled. So like, I'm already prepared for that. Why not add something else? Sonny, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Talking a little bit about the state of competitive cosplay right now and how people treat. Unfortunately, the winners in big cosplay competitions often get the most hate, and it's like, it really is a shame. And I've heard it in so many situations. I've heard people have like big threads about them. What are the sites called? 4chan, lolcow. I think there's another one that might not exist anymore. But yeah, making big threads of the cosplayers and how they cheated, or how they only won because they were overweight and they felt pity, how they only won because they're a woman and they felt pity. That kind of stuff. Where it's like, people will always find a reason why you didn't win because you were the best. And yeah, you kind of just have to expect it, especially if you're in a group like being disabled. Like, oh yeah, of course that's what people are going to say. So, just used to it. You have good news! Oh, what is your good news? I've scored myself and... Wait, actually? Oh my god, congratulations, Sonny! Heck yeah! Well done! Oh, I mean, I will say, am I surprised? No, you have a very, very good artistic eye. You're clearly a very talented artist already. I am not surprised that they would want to take you on. But still, congratulations! Oh dear, heck, it is amazing! Heck yeah, Sonny! Oh, it's so weird. I'm glad I've never experienced that. I think nearly everyone in the last couple years that has won a prize has experienced some level of hate. And like, I would say TwitchCon EU might have been a slight change in that the winner, I think nobody disputed them. They were fantastic. They were absolutely fantastic. But I can't say that everyone at TwitchCon EU was like that, because I do know that there were certain hate mobs that targeted certain creators who won either like a smaller award or something like that. And yeah, it's very, very unfortunate. A lot of is it called armchair judging? People who don't have the qualifications to judging anyway. Yeah. Oh dear. Maybe I've just been lucky with local cosplay. Yeah, I think smaller competitions don't tend to find the same heat. It can happen, but it tends to be when they're, you know, live streamed, when they're, you know, TwitchCon has like 500,000 viewers kind of thing. There are other big events. I know the League event, Crown Championships. Normally it's the ones with the big prizes for like the best of the best. Those are the ones where you tend to see it. Not so much at your local conventions, thankfully, because my God, that would be so cruel. Absolutely disgusting. I don't understand why people would be like that. Yeah, it's very, very unpleasant. And like, it's why when we went in to enter TwitchCon EU, but I already knew that I wasn't going to win my category because I knew that I was probably up against the grand winner. Like, that sounds very defeatist, but like having seen their costume, I was like, yeah, that's the best in my category as far as I'm aware, unless there's something sneaky comes up. At the very least, I know there's someone in my category better than me, right? So I knew I wasn't going to win, which is why I spent like a month or two telling my community, basically, you know, if I don't win, it's not the end of the world. And if I see anybody targeting the winners and sending them hate, I'll remove them from my community. Like, I made it really clear because I already knew that I wasn't going to win. So I was like, okay, well, let's set this boundary real early. And it's unfortunate that you have to do that. And I will say my community, I was very, very proud of them. I was very impressed. They were really, really good beans. And nobody was saying nasty or mean things about the winners, and people went and supported them, and I was very, very impressed with them. Everyone was really, really good. I didn't need to worry, but like what I had been concerned about was that my community would feed into that same like, well, the person I like didn't win, so let me send hate to everyone else. And again, I didn't need to worry. Everyone was really good. But yeah. Oh, Fuzzy, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're doing some practice pattern making at the moment. We are hand stitching everything. This is felt. It's very nice and comfy to stitch into. Right, that's how I'm going into C2E2's cosplay contest in April. Oh, good luck. I hope you do okay. I am just happy to walk my dragon maid across the stage, and I hope they have gimme stacks. I hope so too. I've actually entered... Is it Crown Champions? Is C2E2 Crown Champions? I've entered Crown Champions twice. I was actually looking through my folders the other day, looking for cringy cosplay pics, because we were having a discussion with Sunkoi, and I found the pictures people took of me on stage, and I was like, oh, I never qualified. I qualified to get into the competition, but I never won anything. But I've technically been in there twice. One day I would like to go back and try and win, but the skill level is so goddamn high. Which is a good thing, to be fair. You're working on a new project? Ooh, what you doing? What you working on? Ah, dear. My channel was showing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I basically, and I'm going, this year, I hope that there's still a European TwitchCon cosplay contest. It's not been announced yet. We're still hoping. But if there is, we'll be doing a watch party for it so that we can go cheer everyone on. Because unfortunately, the live stream is only mildly moderated, which means that hopefully they change that for this year, to be fair. Hopefully they do add some more moderation, but last year a lot of pretty nasty comments were sneaking in, and the way that they had it set up in EU is like as soon as you walked off stage, you would see the slight delay, and then you would see the comments people were making about your costume. So like the way it worked was like you'd walk on stage, you'd come back, and then you'd see what everyone was saying about your costume like immediately. And it was like, oh, I sadly haven't cosplayed in ages. Time to money. Oh, that's very fair. It is. If you're buying it, it's a money sink. If you're making it, it's a time sink. To be fair, depending on what you make, it could be a time and money sink. Oh dear. For me, though, it's not quite so bad. But then I guess the one thing I will say that I do have is I do have quite a lot of experience in making things exceptionally cheap. Out of all of my cosplay experience, the one thing that I would say that I'm pretty good at is not spending very much money. It's a great skill. 10 out of 10 would recommend checking it out. Oh, yeah! Congrats, Sonny! I noticed you saw my Vulture cosplay. It's on the Discord. Oh, it's that one! Wait, Wait, but you've already... are you doing some adjustments to it? Oh god, the ducks. The ducks! I clicked the wrong button and now I'm on ducks. Ah, dear. Hello, Eoden! Welcome on in! Just real quick. Oh no, you're fine! Good luck with work. I hope that it goes well. As soon as someone says welcome, I'm like, oh my god, good luck with your work. I hope that it goes really well. You didn't take care. Ed to Sketch, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We are doing some pattern stuff. This is hopefully going to be a little tiny little poofy sleevey, but I have a feeling I'm already like, I might need to make some quick alterations. So far we've done this much. I'm actually, this stuff, this is all pretty good. Like, it's pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with this. It needs like a cuff on this side for that bit to look finished. But generally, like, this fits me really well and I'm pretty happy with it. But the rest of the arm still needs work. So that's where we're going now. They're suddenly whispering. Yeah, it's like, I realized you're at work and it's like, my pitch goes right down. Have a good barber. Oh dear. And Mike, you're welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good, thank you. Yeah, we're doing an Owl House cosplay. 16th century Owl House, to be specific. So doing a much more traditional silhouette with a lot more traditional pieces, hand stitching from top to bottom. It's gonna take about 16 months, and this is the first stream. Welcome everyone to the first stream of what will be a 16-month-ish journey. Oh dear. I almost feel bad saying that because people will be like, wait, it's gonna take you that long? And it's like, yeah. I'm sorry, you won't be seeing the full finished project for quite a while. But we'll be chipping away at it, you know, 5 to 6 days a week. 60 months, because, oh, not 60 months, 16, 1, 6. 60 months, I don't even know how you plan that far ahead. That's so many years. How would you plan that far? I'm sure some people can though. Someone very good at chess could probably plan that month that far ahead. Oh dear. Oh, also Sketch, thank you so much for the follow. Again, I apologize. It's gonna be a while before I have anything like really exciting to show, but we'll get there. Sunkoi, welcome on in. Lex cosplay, let's go. Yeah, we're doing pattern making. So far, I was just showing, we've got the top part of the jacket bit done, which actually fits really well and I'm really happy with it. It's all made of felt, so it's all going to be kind of funky looking and colourful and stuff, but I'm using what I've got around the house and then I'm going to use a massive roll of white felt. So it's going to be predominantly white with some other random colours in there, but it's pretty good to start with. I will need to have another bit coming out from the inside, which is where this will go on, but that will just be, I think, a repeat of the inside, which is the green bit. I think it would just be like a lining, or maybe like with a slightly smaller, more gathered bit in here. Probably. That would be my guess. That would be my guess. I was going to say, yeah, I wish I had the brain to plan that far in advance, Tisa, but unfortunately, nah. Good work tends to take time. We could be patient. I think the nice thing about big costumes as well is because you're doing a lot, you have a lot of small victories, like finishing a panel of embroidery is a big victory, and then like getting the patterns done is a big victory. So rather than there just being one victory at the end where you finish the costume, it's like you got lots of smaller victories that you can celebrate. I am glad I'm here for the journey. Wonder what cosplays I'll make. Look, oh my god, I feel like you'll be able to make so many cosplays while I make my goddamn one. You have got that talent. I'm looking forward to seeing the Venti finish though, for sure. You're not much of any, thank you. Honestly, it wasn't feeling like I'd done very much. I felt like, because you know when you're like, you know your own life, right? And so like, I know that I've had spare time to work on this more and I've been doing other things instead. But, so it feels like from my perspective that I could have done a lot more. But no, I'm glad it looks like a lot to you. That makes me feel a little bit better about it. Either way, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Heck yeah! Honestly, I'm so looking forward to getting this built up on the mannequin and like having all the pieces. The nice thing as well is, so normally I change the shape of my mannequin for the costumes because my mannequin is like, it's just like a standard one. Like, I think it's a size 8 to 10 UK female mannequin without legs. It's pretty standard. You can buy it for like 15 quid on eBay, or you could, I don't know if it's still that price, but you can buy it pretty cheap. This one, I actually, because I'm altering my shape, I don't actually have to alter the mannequin shape very much. Like, the shape that I'm altering myself to be ends up being like the shape of the mannequin. It's like, oh hell yeah. That means my mannequin looks a lot less weird. It looks like a lot because I'm still at patterning. See, I love patterning. Patterning is one of my favorite parts of the costume making process, and like I'm always really sad because it's always like the thing that, at least for me, I do it first, so I know kind of how much fabric I'm gonna need and all that kind of stuff. But it means it's done really quickly, and I really like patterning. I want to do it constantly. I've always kind of said that if I can raise some money at one point when I'm better, like there's no point me doing it right now because obviously my health isn't good enough, but like when I'm better, raise some money and go on like a pattern making course, because if there's one thing that I could see myself doing for the rest of my life, it'd be making patterns. I would love to make patterns, but I don't have any training or anything like that. I don't know how to size patterns or resize patterns for other people. I don't know how to like write out patterns. Like I just make them myself. But yeah, if there was one thing that I'd do for the rest of my life, I'd love to make patterns. Patterns! Listen, how do you say it? Patterns. 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 Oh dear. I know it's gonna be beautiful. Also, want to know the total. Where's my wig? Yeah, oh, it was more than you thought, right? I'm never sure. I've only made a couple of hair wigs before, to be honest. I don't normally specialize in hair wigs. I like using stupid things. But I like for this one we're using clouds. But I always feel like I overestimate the amount of wefts. But then I guess the wigs that I've been making, they tend to like, you need like quite a big areas of space so that they can hang down. Oh dear. Just patterns in it. Yeah, it's patterns. I don't talk about patterns, I say patrons? Patrons? Patrons. You're French. You're fair. Yeah, I can't really argue with that. You could have just said I'm French and just stopped there and I'd be like, yeah, okay, fair. I mean, half our terminology comes from you anyway. Oh dear. Was I able to work on it yesterday? I need 8 more back. 125? Oh my god, it's very impressive. Honestly, your dedication to that. And I'm sure it's going to pay off. I'm sure it's going to look fantastic. My god. 26 more than I thought I needed. Yeah. Oh dear. Half? That's a human. Well, you have to bear in mind though, because we take it from other countries as well. So I can't give the French too much credit because we've stolen from so many other countries as well. So listen, I can't give you more than half. That's not fair. It's not fair on everyone else whose language we've also taken. Oh dear. There you go. I love doing this, by the way. It's like such a simple stitch, and I love it, and just like the pulling it, and then it's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. It's so nice. I don't know if this is how I'll do... What I'll probably do, actually, I'll probably, when I can read again, I'll probably read the book and see how they do these kind of darts. But I love doing them like that. It's so nice. It's so satisfying just like pulling it and then it just... Oh dear. What will this be for? So, there is the really big poofy shoulders. If I switch back to here, you got the really, really big poofy shoulders. This bit, which this is one of the ones I've done which is wrong, will be the bit that comes out from here. So it's like the under the poof, you know? So it's like the way that it's going to be is there's going to be actually another sleeve on the inside of there which will come to like a smaller cuff underneath, hidden by the bigger cuff. So there'll actually be a small cuff in the big cuff. And then the poof attaches to the small cuff that sits inside the big cuff. Is this making sense? Oh dear. I have a plan. I just don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. This first one didn't work because I ended up doing it the same way as the shoulder, which, like, you know, it was an idea, but it wasn't one that worked. Where did I put my needle? Oh, it's still in there. It's fine. It's fine. Safe. Did I tie it off? I'm not sure. I guess I'll tie it again. Dark magic. It's really easy. It's just like, I think it's called a sock stitch. You have to excuse me. My terminology is never very good. But I think it's called a sock stitch. You just do like a little stitch in both sides, and then when you get to the end, you can just pull it. It's... I don't get to do them very often, but they're very satisfying to do. Do you understand? Heck yeah! Yeah, it's because I want all of the jacket to be part of one thing, so that I can remove it and have my arms breathe, because otherwise I'm gonna be so hot. God, I'm thinking of like, I want to go to MCM in 2024, and so like if I'm wearing it, I think I'd have to go to the October one. You're like, I don't think I can wear this in May. Oh, Anna Shadowrell! Oh, is that how it works? Yo, yo, yo. Anna Shadowrell! How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm like trying to get some pattern stuff done. I'm just getting some more thread because I was running a bit short. As you can see, I also now have a massive thing of purple because I figure I'm gonna need it. The thing is, I was getting like, oh, I'll buy smaller threads and stuff like that. I'm hand stitching the whole costume. There is no reason for me to be buying tiny spools of thread if I can buy them bigger, because like they don't have to fit on my sewing machine because I'm not gonna be using it. But yeah, the way it works, this stitch, sorry, it's really easy. It's not necessarily the neatest because the stitches is kind of on the top. Like you probably want to iron it flat, I'd say. Just get that attached to the top, and then where I've drawn, you just do like a little stitch on one side, and then a little running stitch on the other side, and then back and forward. If you put the stitches too far apart, they kind of like bow and bend a bit, and they look a bit messy, which doesn't really matter at this point because, you know, it is it is just a test, and it's probably not my final test, so it's fine. I don't know how many people cosplay at MCMA. A lot of people do cosplay at MCMA, but I do think there's some tactical decision making you can make in those costumes. Like, I'd probably wear my Sylvari costume to MCMA, but I wouldn't wear this. It's too hot. Oh dear, don't make a smooth pun, don't make a smooth, thank you. Smooth. Yeah, then just go down the other side. My stitches are probably about 1/2 centimeter. Again, they could be smaller, but just a test. Just a test. And then, oh, leave it out for now so I can do the nice smooth pull in a second. So my thread's kind of long. And then, nice. I'm just gonna stitch it flat because, yeah, otherwise it'll be sticky out a lot. Does have 2 sleeves over one or the other and attached at the same point with the armhole. Yeah, they'll be attached to the armhole, and then yeah, one sleeve will sit inside the other. It's just a way of keeping it so that I have technically less layers, and like the top layer is a lot easier to remove. That one, I'm not sure it's the most historically accurate, but I don't think I could bear like having that layer on me all the time. It'll be so hot. Oh dear, Shifty, my nemesis. Why are you nemesis suddenly? Oh no. Ilden, I don't know how well this will work for you as well, because Shifty has the power to delete any message that they want, and also highlight any message that they want. When you pick a fight with a mod, I don't know how this is going to work. Cosplaying and body paint in July for LFCC a few years ago was definitely a mistake. Anyone who does body paint, in my eyes, like at a convention, is like a hero. Like, I don't care if it's like, you know, February or whether it's like October or July. Like, if you've done body paint at a convention, you're a hero. Oh my god. It's the one thing where I'm like, I don't think I would ever do that, even if it made the costume look better, because I can't deal with the stress. Nemesis is that the correct spelling? I don't know. I'm gonna say yeah. Alright, so this will be, I do think it's a much smoother, but I just feel like it needs to be a bit bigger. That's the thing. I feel like it should be like probably like that, to be honest. Or even if that might even be. So I'm just putting it on my arm. I obviously still have a couple of darts. It might actually just be too small. I might want to do the same thing, but just add like a panel with a couple of extra in it. Which actually I could just do. I actually could just do that. Let's finish this, see the size it is, and then maybe I'll just add a panel. That wouldn't be so difficult. Nemesis. Oh no, you're a real hero. Someone call you as a hero. Oh dear, Nemesis. Nemesis, wrong answer only. Me slow doing winter jester with body cane. Yeah, I genuinely, and I think there's a few Critical Role cosplays where people use like paint, right? And you see them every now and just Jesus, like I don't know how you manage it, but it's incredibly impressive. I feel the same though, and like maybe someone in chat will disagree, because they're a bit more of a common cosplay. A lot of Harlequins do full face paint and like body makeup and body art, and like I think because it's like a more common cosplay or cosplay that other people see a lot, people don't really think too much about it. White, like easy to crack body paint in the middle of summer is incredibly impressive, and I will never think otherwise. Like that's a brave move, and I don't care if it's a cosplay that a lot of people do. Like, it is impressive every single time. Mad Moxie would be another one, yeah. With like the white, with kind of makeup over the top of it as well. Jesus. Oh dear. Oh, Ver, take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope it goes well. Thank you again for the raid. Oh.
Attention, you can't be a nemesis if you were not from the nemesis region. Otherwise you were just sparkling rival.
Sparkling rival. I use a lot of setting powder and spray, and that's the thing as well. I'm assuming it's the same for you, but is it not like a full day job? Like, you know, you go back to the bathroom, you fix it up, you go out for a few hours, you go back to the bathroom, you reapply, you add more setting powder, you go out, you go back to the bathroom. Like, maybe it's different, and maybe you could do it with full day without having to go back, but like whenever I've done body paint or even just face paint, like every few hours I'm like, oh, right, that time again, let me go back to the bathroom and reapply bits that are inevitably coming off and add more setting powder. It's like a commitment. So yeah, I'm always very impressed when people do that at conventions. It is impressive. Oh dear. Any hell of a boss character? Oh yeah. Get ready to be red. Oh dear. Oh no, yeah. Take care. Get good Z's. Oh dear. I expect we'll probably start seeing. I haven't really been to. Oh my god. What the hell kind of knot is that? I've not been to that many. Oh my god. Wait. Excuse me. I've not been to that many conventions. Is what I was trying to say. Jesus Christ. Thread. But I'm assuming there'll probably be quite a lot of hell of a boss stuff going around soon, because it's becoming very popular, right? I did face paint, but I forgot you needed setting powder. I'm amazed that I did not look terrible. Hey, listen, if it works, it works. Heck yeah. Oh, your cat is... Aww. Cat snores. Cute. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm getting that curve in there now. It's starting to like peep. But not peep. Peep around the corner a lot more. I think I probably want it more to this size, is my thought, though, which would mean I could probably add like a dart across those bits. I'm thinking that the size that I've done it fits my arm really well, but I think I actually want it a little bit bigger than what my arm is. So the way that I've done this, you might be able to tell, is by measuring my arm. But yeah, I think having it too flush with my arm is going to make it look a bit silly. So I might just have it a bit bigger than that. My schedule at convention does not allow for bathroom breaks. I'll apply Moxie at 7 AM and take off at 10 PM. The only thing, the issue is the cleavage paint gets sweaty. I set it so that the light touch will not smudge. And we got things to do. Oh my god. Power to you. I don't know how you manage that, but it's very heckin' impressive. Jeez. Heck. Oh dear. I tend to avoid paint and prosthetics and all of that in my cosplays. I mean, there's a few reasons I can't use prosthetics in certain areas anyway, so it's like, I won't bother with it. But I'm also just lazy. I'm also just very lazy. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather... I normally do cosplays these days as well, which cover at least the top half of my face, because I can't do flashing lights. So it's unfortunate, but it's not really worth the risk of like one rogue photographer ruining my convention. So I normally cover my eyes with something so that flashing lights won't affect me. But it does mean also that, like, you know, you don't have to apply makeup if your face is covered. You don't have to do this if you're like all this colory stuff if your face is covered, and like it's a nice side effect. It's a positive little extra that I have not applied makeup for a cosplay in years. I'd call that woodshop teacher bladder. Cannot leave kids unattended. Oh my god. I didn't even think of that. Jesus Christ, true. That's a good saying. Oh dear. Lels. It's pretty clever, thank you. Yeah, it's... Oh dear. Did you not wear lipstick for the last one? Oh wait, actually, did I wear lipstick? I think I applied lipstick in the morning and then I ate for like 6 hours. So I think I didn't eat very much, but I did like snack because I couldn't eat a lot in one go because I was wearing 2 corsets. So technically, yes, there may have been some lipstick left over, but I think it would have very much been like the remnants after I ate like 4 croissants. One of these years I may end up going to convention with attendee in cosplay. As a vendor, I see other cosplayers going by. You haven't done cosplay as a vendor in eons. Oh, what kind of, are you an artist alley? Are you what another kind of vendor? Oh my god, is that a heckin' Dem? Dem, did you cry? Did you scare the fish today? I saw what you were playing. Any tears? Any fish afraid? How was your stream? I hope one end. Croissant. Croissant. I thought it assaulted good. Dem. How is your stream? Dem has been playing through the Telltale series, The Walking Dead, and I played the first game of The Walking Dead back in the day, ages ago. I played it with somebody else as well. I think I played it on theirs because I did want to load it up on mine. My laptop couldn't take it, so I did it with somebody else. And even playing with somebody else, I literally was getting so sad. So after the first game, I just watched other people play it because I was like, I can't make these choices. I don't want to make these decisions that could get people killed. That's not something that I'm very good at. Oh dear. Today's title is Please Lord Punish Me However You Want But Show Mercy on Her. Oh no. Were any fish afraid? Oh dear. I usually get a booth as offers up space to set up. Okay, chainmail jewelry. Okay. Chainmail jewelry is like the only kind of jewelry personally that I can see myself making because I absolutely love seeing chainmail and like not just how to put it? It's not just plain chainmail. It's chainmail with like scales or like other metals and stones woven like almost into it. I can see using that for cosplay, but I'm also like, damn, I don't know if I have the time to learn another new skill. Oh dear. It's a quote from the show's second season. Oh, but then the important question: were the fish afraid today? I think you just started a new chapter though, right? So hopefully it would take a little while. But I don't remember. Oh dear, it's been so long. Ah dear, I have done the least. Oh no. Listen, any studying is a win. Any studying is a win. Ah dear, it's highly addictive. That does not surprise me. What I have found in my years of crafting is that most craft skills end up being highly addictive, and then you're like, bugger. Got too many things to do. I don't know how to do the poofy sleeves for. Okay. So, are they really poofy? Are they like kind of more like mine, like ridiculously poofy? Or are they like more like a cat, like you would actually see somebody wearing kind of poof? Are they in the realm of reality poofy? Because if they're in the realm of reality, the way that I first learned to make really poofy sleeves was to like disassemble like a charity shop poofy sleeve. And then I used that to make a pattern for myself. And I worked with that. These ones, it's basically like make circles. Make more and more circles. Oh dear. We finished. Oh my god, you did quite a bit. But no fish. We went fishing and someone. Oh god. The fish were hungry today. They didn't cry, but they did hunger. Oh yeah, pop it in Discord. Let me know when it's there. Oh dear. Also, yeah, for Dem, for anyone who's popped in with Dem, hello, hi, my name is Jelly. This is the first official stream for making the new cosplay. We're actually doing some pattern making at the moment. So far, this is as far as I've got. We're making the jacket bit at the moment with the really poofy sleeve. So like this is our big poof. This one, if I move that around a little bit, will eventually hopefully end up sitting inside of this one as the second poof, but I think it's a little bit small right now. I've basically measured it to the size of my arm. So I thought that was what I wanted, but like having a look at it now, it's just a little bit too small. Like it looks like it could like get fully swallowed up. So what I'm planning to do is make it just a little bit bigger and add like a little extra bit. But this is what pattern making kind of is for me. It's just a lot of trial and error. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're also stitching the whole thing by hand, so get ready for a lot of hand stitching. Gonna be a hell of a lot of hand stitching here. But I like that. Oh, you posted it in cosplay and sewing. Thank you. Let's have a look-see. Let's have a look-see. Ooh. Oh, they're so cool. Wait. Isn't there... Okay. Didn't quite a big YouTuber make this costume in YouTube videos recently? I could be wrong, and it might be a different Miku. Let me just check. just because if there's someone who's actually made this costume, yeah, there is. There is someone who's made this costume. Their name is Sarah Spaceman. I'll pop their link. What I would say is, obviously, it might not go into super details, but sometimes watching someone else attempt similar things to what you'll be trying might help. Let me just pop it in here. There you go. Have a little look at that. They probably have a playlist. I've just put their whole YouTube channel in. That might actually not be the most helpful. Oh yeah, Miku X Strawberry, the playlist. And it shows you how they made the wig, how they did this, the hoop skirts, the fork. Yeah, I don't know how useful it will be, but it might help. It might help. And it's not like it's a super long series as well. Like, you could probably watch the whole thing in a day, to be honest. If you really committed to it. Oh dear. That is a very poofy sleeve. It is. I need to run. Oh no, you're fine. Oh, okay, yeah, no, get your pizza. Look after yourself. Thank you for popping by, Dem. Again, if you haven't checked out Dem before, let me do an exclamation mark Dem in chat. Very sweet bean. There you go. Send them some love. But yeah, no, get your pizza. Heck yeah. They did. It was them. Thanks to her, I might be able to make corset. Hell yeah. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure, like, as soon as I saw this, I was like, I recognize that design. I've seen that design. It is, to be fair, an absolutely stunning design. I am genuinely... Is it newer? Because, like, I'm kind of surprised more people haven't cosplayed it. Because Miku's already, like, you know, a pretty popular figure. But that's such a nice outfit. I think it's probably one of my favorite outfits that I've seen Miku in. I don't think that I could do a Miku costume because, like, I don't think my head is strong enough for that goddamn wig. Like... No way. But I do like seeing Miku costumes. They're always very creative as well. I like seeing people's original designs for Miku as well. They don't always get as much love online, but like I really enjoy it. Honestly, whether you like Vocaloids or not, I think it's hard to deny that Hatsune Miku, as well as a few other Vocaloids too, really have inspired like a whole generation of creative people. It's very cool. It's very cool. She explains things in an easy way that's not too detailed, but just watching it, you get what she does. I love that outfit so much. It's really nice. Yeah, when I saw they were making it, I was like, oh. Dearie me. I think actually, wait, no, it wasn't that one. There was another Miku that came up at one point, which I was a little bit curious about making. The thing that for me puts me off is the hair. And like, I feel like the hair is such a big part of Miku's design that it's like difficult to design it away. But I'm pretty sure when I was like, before I decided to settle on the collector, one of the ones up in the air was a Miku costume. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It's probably in my folder somewhere. I know that I nearly did Kefka, but I decided not to do Kefka for now because I would like to play Final Fantasy VI first. Final Fantasy VI is the next Final Fantasy game that I want to play, so I was like, I'm going to hold off on Kefka until I've played the game. Not that I feel like you have to do that by any means, but just because I am such a big Final Fantasy fan, it's like I would personally just like, I love Final Fantasy and I know 6 is a beloved game, so I want to experience the game first so that I think I'll have even more fun making the costume once I play the game, basically. I'm confident. I think I'll enjoy it. Oh dear. Alright. I do need to have a little sip. I'm so sorry, 2 seconds. My throat just went ah. Let me just sip my drink quickly. And then we go back to it. The only thing is it's quite small. It's quite small. I don't want it to get too lost. I mean, it's meant to be smaller, so I'm just like holding it against there. It is meant to be smaller. We'll see. We'll see. We'll work it out, I'm sure. Delicious. Delicious. Oh my god. Ooh. I needed that. You know, every now and again I just forget. I full on forget to drink and I get so thirsty so suddenly. Oh dear. Ugh. Right. Also, you have to excuse me if I'm getting a bit confused and saying a lot of things at the same time. First of all, 1, I'm recovering from a migraine. 2, I have not slept in a bed for 2 days and I'm just a little bit tired. I was telling Stream earlier, I've been kicked out of the bedroom by a gang of house spiders. I'm not particularly afraid of spiders, I would say, or like most insects. I don't think I have any insect-specific fears or anything like that. So it's not that I'm afraid of spiders. The problem is that they're very nocturnal, and so finding them in the day is really hard. And then at night, I double-checked, they're about 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters. They're quite big spiders. They move stuff around in the bedroom, and they stop me from sleeping. So I've just been sleeping on the couch for the last 2 nights. And so I must say, like, I maybe haven't had the best sleep. And so I figured, you know, it's the best time in the world to do some maths, which is basically what pattern making work is. It's all math. But, yeah, my brain is only half here today. I nearly made that the title, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to have brain half here as the title. Burn it to the ground. Yeah, see, I know a lot of people are quite anti-spiders, which is, you know, fair. They do move really weirdly. They can get really fast. Like, I to be honest, out of a lot of phobias, I kind of get why people don't like spiders. Personally, as someone who has like a lot of fabric, I don't normally mind spiders too much because they eat moths, and like I personally find moths to be more of a problem as someone with a large fabric hoard than spiders are. Except in situations like this where they're big enough to move stuff around. They've been like shuffling paper and climbing over the suiting bags, so they make like crinkly noises. Excuse me. And yeah, it's something. It's something. So I'm a little bit like, ooh, woo. Because like, it wasn't too bad last night, because last night I knew I was going to have to sleep on the sofa, so I went to bed at a normal time. The night before, so I guess Sunday night, I went to bed at like 2 in the morning eventually. Because like, it took me like, I thought that, I was saying earlier, but I thought there were rats in the room. I thought we had like, because it sounded like scratching noises, and I was like, oh my god. How the hell is there like a rat in somewhere here? Like, I've never seen any evidence of rats. Like, what the heck? Or mice? But like, that's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like scratching noises. And I kept like turning the lights on and like looking around and making noises and seeing if the scratching stopped, and it never did. Which is also really weird, because like, if you've ever been in a house where there are like mice or rats, when you make a noise, they normally stop. They like freeze. And like, I was making noises and they weren't stopping. So I was like, what's going on? This is so weird. And it wasn't until I turned my light on and saw these massive house spiders crawling around that I was like, oh, oh my god. And again, I'm not particularly spider phobic, but they are large, and they were like going up and down my cosplay in the suit bags and making crinkling noises, and they were knocking papers around on my bedside table, and like, so that like there's just like a gang of spiders just taking over that room in the house. Oh dear. You like spiders. I like small spiders. Big spiders that move stuff around in the night, must say, not a keen. But not because of fear, more because of like, I would like to sleep. They were doing an adult, they were doing my bills and stuff. I think they were going through the Wix catalogue, which, and fair enough, listen, spiders gotta do home improvement too. Also, sorry, 2 seconds. Loose cord. Oh no, they were doing an audit, yeah, they've been very busy the last couple nights. And like, what was really funny is so I went and slept on the couch downstairs, I could still hear them moving stuff around in my room. It genuinely felt like I was being haunted. Like, I was on the couch and I could hear them tipping stuff over, and I was like, what is happening? What is going on in there? And I've been really nervous to do anything about it since, because I'm like, they're just really big, and like they're like I was saying earlier, they're as big as my palm. They're kind of just I don't know how. I don't want to squish them because it's in a room of my cosplays, and like I don't want to ruin my cosplays with spider juice. But like, I also they can't stay there. They're big enough to be out in the wild. They're huge. They'll survive. Oh, happy Pie Day! Happy Pie Day, her. We're talking about a gang of spiders that have kicked me out of my bedroom right now. I wish I could help you there, thank you. I'm just not exactly sure what to do. We're gonna have another look for them tonight. Again, they're very good at hiding. For the first, like, what, 2 hours I could hear them, I genuinely thought I was going mental. Like, I was like, I can hear things moving in the room. When I turn the lights on, there's nothing there. And like, especially because I thought I was hearing rats, I was like, surely I would see something. Like, I would see a movement or anything out of the corner of my eye, and I couldn't see anything. So I thought I was going insane. And like, when I eventually saw them, it was almost a relief to know that there was something there, and it wasn't just like crinkling noises in my head. My god. There was something. It was something. Oh dear. Also, sorry, this is a bit of a tangent. Another tangent. I have a lot to talk about today. Um, I have like a full plan for the week, and I'm genuinely very excited. I have not been so excited about a week, I think, since this week for a while. I've got so much, because we've had like a really rough couple weeks. I did go over it the other day. I don't think I necessarily want to talk about it again, but we've had like a really rough couple weeks in this house, and for my family as well. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna plan a really nice week for myself, like a really nice week of things to do, and that is this week. And yesterday I had a really fun time racing with everyone. There was a sponsored event, so that was like that we'd planned for a while, and I'm not taking on any more sponsorships for a while just because I'm just a bit worried that I won't be able to like fulfill them. But yeah, we had that, which was good. We're starting a new cosplay, which I'm very excited about. Later in the week, I've decided I'm going to take part in a cosplay tutorial competition. Unfortunately, I'm not eligible for any of the prizes, really, because I'm not in the UK. It's open to people worldwide. Sorry, I'm not in America. It's open to people worldwide, but they'll only ship the prizes to, like, America or Canada. I almost said Canada again. Canada. So I can't win anything, but I thought it'd be like a nice challenge to do anyway. So I'm going to do a tutorial on free motion lace making, and yeah, so we got that coming up, which is going to be excited. And then I figured we'd maybe play some Animal Crossing to round out the week, because I've been listening to the Animal Crossing OST all week and it just makes me want to play it again. Oh dear. Could you put a sticky trap up? So they like live underneath things, so it'd be a little bit difficult because it's not like they're not ones that I've found on the walls. Like, they're not going on the walls. Our walls are like white at the moment as well because everything has like a base coat of paint on it because we're renovating. So like if they were on the walls, they'd be so much easier to spot, but like they're underneath things. Like they'll be like in your drawers or like under a box. It's really hard to spot. They just like being in the worst places. Oh dear, I'm the one putting spiders outside at home. Yeah, none of my family's really afraid of spiders. We grew up in a forest, there was a lot of spiders and bugs and stuff, but the only things I do remember being a little bit afraid of growing up were red ants, and that's because like everyone will be like, red ants bite you, and they do bite you, to be fair, and they make a really itchy rash, but like in my head it was a lot worse than what it actually was in real life. Oh, so X-Ray, welcome on in. I thought your voice was cute, and I realized I was like, hell yeah, that's not me. I got like standard British voice. People think my voice is strong, which is also not true, but not cute. Not cute. Definitely not anime-ish. That's okay though. Oh dear, I could do a cute face. I can do like my whoa, cute face. But I don't really have the voice to go with it. Oh dear. Oh yeah, mate, red ants. Yeah, it's a valid fit. They do bite you, and they make like an itchy rash, but it's almost like stinging nettles kind of thing. And like, I don't know how common that is actually, but like, it's unless you're allergic, it really isn't the end of the world. Like, I wouldn't say it hurts as much as like a bee or wasp sting or anything. It's more just like irritating. Oh, do you like Brits? We're the best. Oh, as a Brit, I politely disagree, but I appreciate the thought. Oh dear, Panthera, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it isn't. It just distracts you. Yeah, that's what I'd say. It's like, you know, it's a nuisance. It's definitely a nuisance. But it's not that bad. Oh dear. You've been stung by a jellyfish? Oh dear. Depending on the jellyfish, that could be really bad. I know someone who has like a massive scar up their back from getting just touched by a jellyfish. But then also the people that get stung by jellyfish, they're like, yeah, it's fine. Fine in a few days, like a wasp sting. Oh dear, was it me? It was not me. I would never. I'm based on a moon jellyfish. Moon jellyfish don't steal. Steal? I don't sting. We also don't steal. We're very good. We're very law-abiding citizens. Oh, depending on the... Oh, true, yeah. If you fall into like a full nest, yeah, that would probably be quite uncomfortable. Yes. You're finally home? Heck yeah, make yourself a cuppa. Fire ants, is that what you call them? Fire ants. I sat on a fire ant hill as a kid while playing in a sandbox and my mum had to give me an oatmeal bath. Oh dear, yeah. I've put my hands in them before, like I've like, when you're like playing on the ground, you like lean into it. I've done that before, so I've only really had the bites on my hands and my wrists. I've never sat on one, thankfully. I've sat on a few bees though. Back as a kid, I've also knelt on bees and wasps. I think that's probably the one I've done the most, is like kneeling on them and not realizing they're there. So Medusa jellyfish, so yeah, more of a wasping. Oh, it's still not something you want to feel when you're out in the ocean though. Oh, anything like that would be very distracting. I found a mound last year and it looked big. Yeah, that was the other thing. The ones in our garden were like pretty small. Like, one thing we used to do as a kid, I don't know if anyone else did it, I think it probably wasn't just us, we'd make houses for bugs in the garden. Like, very specifically though, we really liked making little like houses for wood lice. So we'd make them little like rock things, like with big stones and stuff around the plant pots for the wood lice to live in, but they almost always got taken over by red ants. So like, we'd make them for the wood lice and then the red ants would move and it'd be like, bother. And then someone would have to come and destroy it because there were lots of red ants next to the door. Oh dear. Last time I talked to flew out and spent 5k on 2k and then blocked me because I don't know, I'm a person called POS? POS. What's POS? I'm not sure. Sorry, I apologize. Is it something in the army that I'm not aware of? I'm sorry. Apologies. I'm sure it's very cool though. Ah, dear. I was burned by a steam of jellyfishes. Oh, you know what? Very fair. I think if you've experienced pain from something, getting a phobia from it makes a fair amount of sense. Ah, dear. Now she wants to come to Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii one day. I hear there's delicious fish dishes in Hawaii, and I want to go on a food tour of many places. Fairy houses, yeah, fairy houses! No red ants allowed. I should have done that. As a kid, I should have done that. So that when the red ants moved in, I could, like, touch the sign and be like, hey, no red ants. Oh, piece of shit, sorry. Piece of some fish. Sorry, everyone in my chat's like, Jelly, piece of shit, piece of shit, piece of shit. Are they in the army? Piece of shit. Sorry, my bad. I'm but a grandma on the internet. I'm not very good with abbreviations, to be honest. I do my best, though. I do my best. What was it? The FTW one, which I thought was fuck the world for the longest time. So people would be like, you know, I finished the costume, fuck the world! It's like, wait, what? Like, what? Okay, sure, you go for it, bud. I didn't realize it also meant for the win. Oh, dear. For the longest time, I was just like, okay. You hell yeah, you go. Almost says make yourself, you go out and say it. I don't swear as part of like my normal language, but like I'm not anti-swearing, I'm not anti-people swearing, it's not, just to be very clear, I'm not just like, it's just not normal for me to swear, like that's not something, it's not where my brain goes to most of the time in most situations, yeah. Repetitively. Print off shirt. I thought it was like I don't know, like something military-esque. Because there's a lot of abbreviations in the military that I'm not aware of. I kind of just assume. Jelly is not a sailor. I do not spew profanities. I enunciate them. When I'm gonna say it, it's like normally because I'm reading something, but for the most part, it's just not part of my normal language. I'm not a particularly I mean, most of you guys already know this. We do a lot of adult chats, but like, it's just I don't swear. Swearing is just not really part of my normal language. Also, oh my god, is that a heckin' Nick? Welcome on in, Nick. How was your stream and what did you get up to today? Oh dear, there you go. Oh shoot, not quite as speedy as Shifty though. And Darth, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. How was your crafting today and what did you get up to? We're doing some pattern making, so the image you can see like right here, right next to me, that's the next costume we're making. It's a version of the collector from Owl House, excuse me, called from the collector from Owl House, but based in the 16th century, and we're doing some pattern making for that right now, so we're like slowly building it up on the mannequin. We have the big shoulder is I'm pretty happy with. I'm just trying to get the next poof, the mini poof that goes like next to it, so that's what we're doing at the moment. It's all hand stitched, so it takes a while, but it's very relaxing. I'm a really good guy. I'm pretty sure she just didn't want to commit and wanted to have... Okay. Oh dear. I learned English. I will say, as a British person though, if you say you're a good person, everyone's going to be like, oh my god, they're a POS. Maybe not with that language. Oh dear, no one describes themselves as a good person here, really. Oh dear, not unless it's ironic. Also, Zane, thank you for the horn. See, I learned English on BBC series, including the young ones and American films and series, so for the longest time I thought swearing was just decorating yours. I mean, it basically is. I went to American college at some point and learned this was not the case. We're building Star Wars. Heck yeah, the cantina. Heck yeah. Oh, I have started the costume. Yeah, we're giving it a go now. We're doing it. It's not purple though. Well, right now it's just pattern making time. Just pattern making time. So, yeah, you know. It doesn't have to be in the same color. It's more just about getting the shape so that we can cut them out. I do have the proper fabric right behind me though. So this is the darker color, and then, oh my god. Jesus Christ. Amazonia, welcome on in. I hope you're doing a good job. A good job? I hope you're doing a good job, Amazon. Jesus Christ. Look what came in the post. Wow, I got it. I got the book. I got it. Amazonia, how was your stream? And what did you get up to? I'm assuming you were doing more embroidery today. Amazonia did actually a cooking stream yesterday though, and it was very relaxing. It was very fun watching somebody make foods. Oh dear, but yeah, how was your stream? Assuming today you were doing more crafting. I mean, if you were doing more cooking, then absolutely fair enough. Sorry, I've like left where my camera is. There we go. Oh dear, I was just showing the colors that we have for this costume because I do have 2 base colors, but I'm using the not shiny sides, so I'm using the side in here. Oh, heck, for a whole year. Whoop. Thank you so much, Amazonia. I really appreciate it. Heck yeah. Thank you. I think I know that streamer. Did they win a small competition? Oh, you know, just the... Oh, wait, yeah, Dis, are you still here? Amazonia is the current crown champion of cosplay. Dis just qualified for in America and is competing in a month time, I think it is, for crowns. Heck yeah! So we had somebody in chat earlier who yeah, what do you call it? who was entering, and at the moment Amazonia is the crown champion. Hell yeah! Dear. Nah, I probably didn't. Sounds like you said, no, they're not disqualified. Their name is Dis and they qualified. Oh my god, could you imagine? Oh yeah, this person came to my chat and they're disqualified. That'd be such a rude call out. What the heck? Oh dear. Nice, the 2023 finals the same weekend as Cos Expo. Oh, okay. Heck yeah. Oh dear, I should say though, if you need to after your stream get any snacks or like look after yourself, please do. Same to you, Nick, as well. If you need to like get any snacks or look after yourself after your stream, please do. As much as we like having you here, I don't want you like starving or anything. Oh dear, I didn't talk you into shit. Oh dear, by the way, sorry X-Ray. You do kind of seem like an asshole, but I'll keep you around for now. Oh dear, just like, either you've not been on Twitch for very long and you don't know common etiquette, or like you seem like a bit of a rude person. I'm sorry, I've not slept very much and my filter's gone from like 1 to 0. Oh dear. Oh, you like being mistreated? You're gonna love this chat. I changed my mind. I take it all back. You'll love it here. Oh dear. I need to stop eating cookies and put my shoes on and go for a walk, but effort and cookies. Could you reward yourself with a cookie when you come back? Would that, yeah? Oh dear. That sounds like a plan. But I could eat more cookies now. But you might feel more hungry when you get back. This weather is nuts. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. We've not been too bad on like rain and stuff. It's been quite normal here. But the wind battering the house has been terrifying. Like it literally, well, I guess it makes sense. It comes on like a wave and it just hits the house and like all the windows make that like noise. It's like, oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, it's not quite so bad as it was yesterday. Yesterday, I ended stream because honestly it was like getting so intense outside that I was getting like a little bit nervous. I would have honestly gone for longer yesterday because I was having a really good time, but like I was hearing it like rattling the house and I was like, you know what, I should probably, just in case any trees do come down in the area, I should probably be a little careful and, you know, get off stream because like, Jesus Christ, it was intense. Oh dear, bring the cookie tin with you. You go on your walk and bring the tin, heck yeah. Oh dear. The hail, snow. Oh, did you have hail? Oh, we didn't. See, we didn't get anything exciting like that. We had snow last week, and we only had it It only settled for like 1 day and it was wet and I couldn't make a snowman. Well, I mean, I could have made a snowman out of it, but it would have been really unpleasant, so I didn't. Oh dear. Jessica, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Our rain is looking like sussy snow. Oh god. Yeah, I'm not keen on the wet. Not keen on wet snow. It's nice when it's all still frozen and nice, but once it starts melting, it's gross. Oh, Cipriano, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the follow. Also, I apologize if this is a bit boring for everyone. Get ready, this is 16 months. I'm sorry if it's a little boring, but I'll be hand stitching everything from now on. First of all, to get like a little bit better at hand stitching in general, since I'll be using it so much for the costume. But also because like it doesn't really seem to make much sense to me to set up my sewing machine just for like this. Oh dear. Okay, time to finish the commission. Yee! Hell yeah. To be fair, I know it's been like a bit rough, very rough. With things not working out, but it does look so cool when you like brush the graphite on it and it's like so, oh, it's very satisfying. Yeah, get ready for 16 months of this. This is the first though, it's the first official cosplay stream for the next 16 months. But I have got a lot of other things I will, actually, you might be lurk, if you're gonna lurk, you're fair, ignore me. Who was it? There's someone doing a cosplay competition for tutorials, and I feel like we've talked about it before. And I know that I can't win any prizes or like any of the main prizes because I don't live in the America, the country of America. Oh, one of your friends is running it. We're gonna do a stream for it later in the week, and we're gonna make a tutorial. I'm gonna give it a go because it pushes myself to make a video for the YouTube channel. Mainly because it pushes me to give something a go that isn't just Twitch streaming, because this is where I spend most of my time. So we're gonna do a stream later in the week making that, or getting, I guess, footage for that, really, technically. I'm not gonna try and condense a whole live stream with all the talking and everything. That would be way too much. But I'll do that. I'm quite excited. Oh dear. Oh, your friends are running. Oh my god. Well, now there's extra pressure. It's people that you know? Oh no. Oh dear. Heck. Well, I'm still gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give it a try, and that way I have an extra video from my YouTube channel, which I do shorts on it. I don't really do like proper content on it, because I spend way too much time over here on Twitch. But that was one of my goals for the year, was to try and do more stuff that isn't just on Twitch all the time. I say it was my goal for the year. I kind of started it in November, but you know, it was still my goal for this year, to try not just do Twitch. The thing is, streaming is very addictive, and it's very easy to just spend all day, every day here, and then, or like all of your energy every day on streaming, and then you finish streaming, you're like, yeah, I'm tired now. Now I'm not gonna do anything else. Like, you know, I've been saying for like, what, 2 years now, I want to say, that I was going to put like a quick video together on like buying sewing machines and buying embroidery machines. Because I used to work, I don't want to give away exactly what I did. I've worked so many jobs. It's because I've worked multiple jobs at the same time. But for a fair few years, I worked in, without giving it away too much, because I don't want to dox myself, I worked in the selling of sewing machines and embroidery machines, kind of, and like the repair process. The repair process and the sewing and the selling and making, yeah. Sorry, I can't give you too many details. It is what it is. But a lot of people come into channel and be like, what sewing machines should I buy? And with no other detail than that, what sewing machine should I buy? And maybe I'm being pretentious, but I think it's a much more complicated than just saying one machine is good for everybody. There are good machines out there, but whenever someone comes into my chat, like 2 other people will be like, I have this machine and it's the best machine in the world, and it's like, it's like, I feel like it's a question that requires a little bit more than just this one machine is good, buy that. But again, that could just be me being pretentious, but you know, oh dear. It could just be me being pretentious because I feel like when you work in a field, it's like, oh dear, that it becomes something that you end up being more passionate about by, I guess, default. Also, thank you for the follows, very kind of you. Oh dear. There we go. Yup, sussy snow, no! Heck. I hope it doesn't shut too much down. Oh, it's now snow? Hell yeah. Okay, listen, snow's alright. Although it does shut everything down. I hope not too much shuts down in your area. I hope you can still buy milk. I hope milk is still available to you. Wait, how come we didn't get any snow? We just had like really high winds. What the heck? We're like on the top of a hill in Wales. I feel like we should get the snow. Oh, it's sleet. Blech. Blech. You live on a hill? Same. Hill problems. If it gets windy, you just get destroyed. Hill friends! Hill friends! Yeah, living on the top. There's like lots of positives. Like I don't ever really have to worry about flooding, which was a really big draw for coming to this house because it's always been a fear of mine because we flooded when we were younger. Not badly, but enough to make me want to be very careful about it in the future. And yeah, so that was, you know, one motivation for living on a hill. But then the downside is whenever you're walking home, it's uphill and God, the wind hits you hard. Oh dear. My town flooded and rain with... Oh, wait, Amazon, did I not show you? Okay, sorry. We've got this bit done. This is going to be the top of the jacket. It needs another bit in here. So this is just 2 layers right now. I need to do the other layer inside, which will come to a smaller point at this point. So smaller in here, so there'll be like another... Oh, maybe let's not do that action, but you know, you know what I mean. There'll be like a smaller hole inside of here right now, and that's what this will attach to. This is just a bit that went wrong. So this is like our first test. That will come out from inside, but attached to the smaller bit in there. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's because I want the whole jacket to come off at once without having to take it off in layers because I'm a sweaty lady and this is easiest for me. And right now we're working on the poof that comes out underneath that. Yes. Ah, dear. For good housing and lots of feelings, my car could really use rims instead of plane ticket. I don't know. Yeah, listen, I am never going to make money decisions for you. I think sleeping on it sounds like a good call, though. Ah, dear. It's so chunky, the pieces. I'm hoping it's not going to lay because of the rain before. But that was been my thought, is it's been so wet here. Like... It'd have to get really cold, I think, for it. Maybe it's different near where you are, but at least in Wales, I think it's going to have to get really cold to settle because everything is so wet right now. Yeah, I've decided I'm not starting now next month, no matter not. Oh, fair enough. A completely respectable decision. I don't know if you heard, Amazonia. I've had a really bad week. Really bad week, and for me cosplay is like a really big distraction thing, and that's why when I think I was talking to you privately about like I'm just gonna start the next costume. I'm just gonna start it because it's not worth not having something to work on at this point. And so that's where we are. Malf and Firefly, it's slightly different now, but you know, I feel like you could put Maleficent in Firefly and it'd be an interesting episode. Yeah, we're starting it, maybe not because of the best circumstances, but because, like, yeah, I need something to focus on right now. And this costume is something that I'm very excited about. So I honestly feel better already. Just having, like, something to put energy into. The other thing that I didn't really think about was that this is going to make it shorter. How much shorter does it make it? It's fine. That's fine. I can do that by eye. That's all good. Yeah, it's to go on, like, it'll end up being on this part of my arm, like just above the bend. So I don't want it to be too long because I don't want it to go into the bend of my arm. But like, it can't be too high up either because then it starts sinking into the bit we've already done. I think this is about a good size. I think it just needs to be longer so that it's not quite as tight to my arm. Because right now, when I sew that up, it will be like my arm size. I think I want it a bit bigger. So I'm going to add like an extra panel in there, I think. Yeah. I'm going to start and presume it will be fine next year. Frankly, if they want to complain about me starting it like 2 months early next year, when they probably won't even care, they should announce stuff earlier. But it's already a month late to my scheduled time to start. So, no, that's very, very fair. Honestly, I think it's fair. I think if anyone tried... Oh, the thing is as well, it's Twitch. Without trying to be rude, someone will always complain about what you do. Even if you did everything so by the book that, you know, no one should ever be able to complain, people will still complain. It's a platform of finding problems, you know, where there are no problems well, no, there are problems on Twitch, but people don't care about those. Oh dear. It's like there's been a thing on Twitch where people have been complaining that their viewers are down and they think that Twitch has been limiting their viewership, which Fair enough. Like, I can understand. Like, I'm someone who's had like a massive dip of viewers, but I've been streaming on Twitch for 3 years, and I think I've had a dip in viewers about this time every single year. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's the time of year. People complain about me in competitions on and off Twitch. I genuinely, I do not. I guess it's because you're a pretty well-known cosplayer. Like, people know who you are, so it's easier to like shit talk people that are more in the public eye. And like, obviously you've been competing for a long time and you've won big competitions, so I feel like a lot of people know you. But I genuinely can't see any other reason. Maybe I'm biased because like I enjoy your content and I like your costumes and you've been very fun to talk to, but like it just feels like I don't know. People always trying to find something. People always trying to find some reason to complain. I think when what was it? You know you've made it when people start to complain about you. It's not like, maybe it's not the best metric to use, but like, you've got big when people start writing hate threads about you for no goddamn reason other than they just feel like it. Oh dear. I have been relatively touch wood lucky, but then I'm also very small. You know, I'm small in the space, so not too many people have found me yet, which is a blessing. Oh dear. I can't even say it's a blessing and a curse. I think it's just a blessing. Like, the only people that really know of me outside of like people that generally like the people in the community on Twitch would be cosplayers, I think. I think mainly I am just on Twitch. So it's just Twitch people who for the relatively have been pretty chill, to be honest, and cosplayers, which normally is fine. Whereas you've been viewed on so many platforms in the public eye for so long. As well as winning larger competitions, yeah. You made it when people put out full contests because you're entering, yeah. Whereas I feel like a true competitor would enter the cosplay contest because you're winning, but maybe that's just my bias. I think there's something to be said about when you know someone impressive is entering a cosplay competition and going in and wanting to beat them. But I'm also very competitive, maybe that's just that. But I feel like it should be the opposite. I somehow read the stream title as Bakers and Rafting. Oh my god, Sarah, I would love to do a Bakers and Rafting stream. That would be so much fun. We bake on a... It might be a bit dangerous, you'd have to be a bit careful. We're doing baking on a raft? Heck yeah, right, I want to enter against good people. It's a challenge, yeah. Like, obviously, it's fun to win. There is something fun about winning. Not gonna deny that, but like... I think it's more fun when you're the underdog and you've beaten someone big, or you've beaten someone that you've looked up to for a long time. That's like, it's a whole nother level of yes! Than just going in and like, you know, I'll only enter the competitions I know I can win kind of vibe. Technically there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't, personally it wouldn't be as fun to me, I think. Oh, alright. Maybe I should have done this before. I'm just gonna make my life really hard really quickly. I wanna, because I'll be stitching this together anyway, I'll add this in here, which is just the diagonally bit. Oh, actually, I should probably put it a little higher up. There you go. There. And then across there. And we'll do that on the other side as well. But I'm just gonna add like a little extra bit in here because I actually really like the shape of this. It's really nice and poofy, which is what I wanted. It's just not quite big enough. And I think just adding like that little extra bit there, because I could technically do it up, but I just feel like I want it a bit looser. Sorry, trying to get my arm in here. Like I could definitely do it up right now and it wouldn't be a problem, but I think I just want it a bit more like that. Yeah, a bit more dramatic, Bread maker is a raft and then you hit the rapids and this is where we need the dough. I have friends who have the mindset, the purple enter costumes when they think they can walk in and will definitely win because the contest is lower than their skill level. However, wait, well, I mean, fair enough. Really cool technique for shaping felt, heck yeah. Make a little orb, This music in the shots now says remind me that I should check how the village is doing. We're gonna check on our village later in the week and I have not seen it for months. It's been a good long time since I checked in with my village. What colour? I've got plenty of colours to be fair for this bit. I don't need to cut a snip out of the white. Maybe this snip of blue. Sure. So I just want to add in a little extra bit. Like, I think just the one would do it. I don't think it needs to be that much. Just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. Okay. And then, yeah, I think that's all I need to do. I was pretty close the first time. Cool. Let's get that out. I will have to alter that paper pattern though, otherwise I'll make the same mistake again when I'm actually trying to make the real thing. Lower quality contests that aren't a challenge equals lower quality judges who don't understand why your work is higher quality, and that's the... Oh my god, yeah, that does make sense. Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, I could see that happening. I personally though, I don't think I've ever entered a competition in anything thinking that I'll definitely win. There's always been someone there who I'm like, that person's a challenge. Like, I've definitely entered competitions, maybe not for cosplay so specifically, but like for music, where I'm like, I have a good chance, like, you know, I definitely have a good chance of this competition of winning. But I don't think I've entered them because I'll win as much as like they are at my level. So there's a fair chance of me winning, but I also know he's going to be there. And I know what piece he's going to play, and that's going to be a challenge. Or I know so-and-so is going to be there, or maybe competing, and they're a very high quality performer. So it's like, maybe not everyone is competition, but like there's still quite a bit of competition there. Oh, I should do the other. You know what? Fuck you. I'm just gonna do it. Like, yeah. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Okay. What would be a good way of doing this? Probably like this, and then I won't see it. Oh, actually, I could do it on this side. Yeah, and then I can see it on one side at least, and then turn it in. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. We'll do that. Like, I'm never going to enter a contest where the judges are low quality than me because they won't get my crafting. That contest isn't for me, and I'm probably just going to end up disappointed. Yeah, I also feel like one of the best parts of cosplay competitions is the feedback. So getting feedback, like, not that judges that might not be as good as you will give bad feedback, but it might just not be as useful. Like, and maybe not touch on the things where, you know, if they can't recognize the skills. We had that kind of issue, and, like, I want to be very clear. The cosplayers at TwitchCon were fantastic. The judges are all fantastic at their craft, and I got some really, really good feedback from it, but not a single one of them specialized in sewing. And the first thing that they said when I walked into the sewing room was, we won't recognize a lot of this. And I was like, very fair. And the feedback I got, despite that, was actually still really, really good. Mcroft did the feedback, and the feedback was fantastic, and it's definitely something that I'm using in this next costume. But, like, as far as my sewing work went, I didn't get any feedback on that because none of them did sewing. Or, like, none of them did sewing as the main part of their costume or the main focus on their costume. They were armor crafters, they were SFX artists, or they were larger-than-life specialists. They weren't sewing specialists. And I came in was a very specifically sewn costume. I don't know what anyone else's experience with that was, and again, I would say that the feedback that I got was still fantastic. I think especially given the fact that, like, it wasn't their area of expertise, Mcroft did a really, really good job with that. But yeah. To win it as much as to be able to gawk at the little techniques the other contestants use. It is really nice being behind the scenes and seeing everyone's cosplay in detail. That is lovely. And chatting with everyone as well. The green room at the Crown Finals was insane. I was oohing and ahhing at everyone's costumes. Yeah, we had like a whole 8 hours of that at TwitchCon. It was lovely. We were all just able to like gawk at each other. It was great. That's weird. You think they'd have a balance of judges. It was the first time they ever did it in Europe. So I don't want to give the team too much flack because I don't know if they're going to do it this year. But last year was the first time they'd ever done the cosplay contest in Europe. So I don't want to give them too much flack because I'm like, you know, they were organising a whole contest for the first time, which then streams to over 500,000 people have watched it at this point, you know. There's a lot to think about, and, you know, maybe they didn't realise, because they got some really good cosplayers, like all 4 of the cosplayers are big and they're good, they're like very, very skilled. they just didn't have someone who specialized in sewing. And that's like the only real critique, is like it would have been nice. But the feedback that I did get from Mcroft and the stuff that they said there and there was still really, really good. It just wasn't particularly, like, you know, specific. Now, I'm so glad I was judging Crown Finals because the other two, while wonderful, and my friends do not sew. This is the thing, it's like, I'm like trying to be really careful talking about this because the judges were fantastic. They're fantastic cosplayers. They're very known in the community. And I don't want it to come across as me being like that they weren't good, because it's not that they're not good, not at all. It's just that they're not specialists in sewing, and that was the specialist technique that I was doing. It's difficult though, because I wouldn't say that any of them didn't deserve to be there, so it's like I would struggle knowing that all four of them were there to like be like, get rid of that one, because like, no, they were all great. Yeah, they had, I mean, I can talk about the judges, I think. It's public knowledge, right? So it's fine for me to mention it. They had Kamui Cosplay, who does do sewing, but I would say that I see them mainly as an armor work with some focus on electronics. They had, is it Sindri, oh, how do you, Sinderis? I'm gonna forever mispronounce their name, and I'm so sorry. They do like larger than life armor builds generally. They would have been like what I would have considered as the larger than life judger? What do you call it? The larger than life person? There was Mcroft, who does more body art, SFX, all that kind of stuff. And then there was Sunday, who does, they do some sewing, but I would still say their focus is more on armor work. Yeah. Like when you look at the bigger pieces, they tend to be more armor focused. Yeah. Yeah, not criticizing them, they're criticizing the organization. Yeah. Because I would say that they had 3 very, very, very talented foam work artists and 1 SFX artist, to be quite honest. To be fair, though, Cinders does do larger than life. They do larger than life. But like, had they done anything as large as the Velena, who was the larger than life winner? I don't know. But no, they have done larger than life for sure. Oh dear. Oh my god, the snow is laying. Oh god, and the critters have not been. Please stay safe. I'm sorry to hear that. Please stay safe and look after yourself. Oh god, don't fall over in the snow. We had a Reinhardt PAX Oz one year and it was amazing. It was so big that it couldn't fit through the doors to the con floor. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. A lot of the larger than life is like assembled there because like otherwise getting through doors is a challenge. Oh dear, yeah, and like screw anyone who isn't doing armor and that isn't foam, you know. Yeah. Like Hut Armories entered last year, and I don't remember if they mentioned anything, so I'm not going to talk too much about the feedback, because so TwitchCon, you can see feedback for every person, so I can see feedback for all of the contestants. They do it on an Excel document and you can read everybody else's feedback. It is something that we all agreed to, so it wasn't too, I think a couple people were a bit surprised because it isn't a normal format. But technically we did all agree to that, so it's like, it's not really, it is what it is. It might not be everyone's cup of tea. But I could see, for instance, Hot Armory's feedback, and Hot Armories could see my feedback. So I know the feedback that they got. I don't necessarily want to talk about it too much because I don't know if it's something that they've talked about on their own channel. But what I will say is like, yeah, the Hot Armories made theirs out of leather work and metal work. So they made like full metal armor with leather details. Kept it very, very traditional in that kind of sense. I don't know how any of those judges would have judged that. I doubt that the skills that Hut used and the skills that the cosplay judges used overlapped at all. Even though they were armored cosplayers. It's not a skill that you get unless you're like a blacksmith. And yeah, I would be very surprised. And again, this isn't an attack on the judges themselves, because they were fantastic. But it would have been a very, very difficult cosplay to judge, I think. I couldn't judge that cosplay. I think many, many cosplayers wouldn't be able to judge that cosplay, because it's just using a skill set that you don't really see often in costume, which is amazing. But yeah. Oh dear. What do you call a herd of... I like this, god damn it. Oh dear, that would be me later going for milk. Oh, please stay safe. You'd love to judge one day. I think you'd be a fantastic judge. Obviously, you're already like a master of certain crafts, but you have so much, what do you call it? Experience using different techniques, from armor, 3D printing, literal metal work, all of the sewing, embroidering, and different techniques there as well. Like, you're such a well-rounded cosplayer. I feel like you would make up for, you know, if you're putting together a team of judges, I feel like you would make up a lot of skills that people might bring to the table, so that people wouldn't necessarily feel like they weren't able to get specific feedback. And again, I don't want it to come across. So I will say, I think, actually, I think I've only ever entered one competition, and it was Crowns that year, where there was ever a specific sewing judge. Like, you know, I think I kind of excuse it at the smaller ones, which is where I have one, is at smaller competitions. But I don't think
I created a cocktail called the Jellyfish. It's 98 water.
That sounds pretty good. That sounds like my kind of cocktail, to be honest. I don't think I've ever been judged by... Except for one time. I think I've entered quite a few competitions, and I think I've only ever once been judged by a sewing specialist, which again, I'm kind of used to it, but like, yeah, I don't think I've ever really been judged by sewing people. I think I've probably been judged by sewing people more in my Twitch streams than I have in competition. Like, more often people come into my Twitch streams, they're like, Jelly, why are you doing it like this? God damn it. I'm like, oh shoot, thank you. I think that's happened more than me ever actually being judged in a competition setting. Oh dear. Which is kind of funny. I'm also just going to, sorry, I've like put this on the wrong side, so I'm just going to pretend that I did it on the right side to start with, and all of you will pretend along with me, or I'll ban you. That's how that's gonna go. Oh dear. Maybe one year, but this year I said no, no, Americans only. Oh, I'm not gonna, I think we've talked about this before, so I'm not gonna go into it again, but it makes no sense to me to like not have the former champion back, like whatever. Oh dear. Oh. Wait, what did I mean? Fleecing customers? A ram banned from sending because he was, god damn it. I saw just the end of it and I thought it was like a legitimate statement. I was like, whoa, who's been what?
I have a jellyfish joke for you. It's a no-brainer.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Oh dear. You're right. We do have no brains. Oh, I very nearly named today's stream, to be fair, half a brain cosplay. Because, which is, I guess, kind of a play on a thing in the series, but also just because my brain is really not there today. I've not slept well. I have been kicked out of my room by spiders, and I've had a migraine, and my brain is only half there. The total line between court jester and execution with that one. Have many people here seen the film called The Court Jester? Sorry, it doesn't come up like very often in stream, and I don't really watch a lot of films, but I love that film. It is aged. It is aged. It is aged, but it is very funny. Shifty, have you seen it? It's a very old film. I think it's color though. I'm pretty sure it's still color. It's old, but I think it's color. There's a wonderful, wonderful bit in the film where they're like, come on guys, we've got other things to do, you need to speed it up a little bit. And someone literally just, like, the film is just fast forwarded. Like, I think it's meant to look like everyone's doing their actions at twice the speed, but you can so clearly tell they've just edited the film to be twice as fast, and it's so funny. It's like, because it's a very old film, the editing stuff is like, you know, experimental. And it's funny when it's not necessarily meant to be. I watched the Super Mario Brothers week, the original Mario Bros. There's an original movie? This is news to me. It has not aged well, oh god. Very nice. Yeah, it's a musical. It's a musical, and what's his name? He's a famous actor from back in the day. I don't remember what it is, but he is relatively famous. I don't know if he's famous anymore, but he was very famous. He was in a lot of films. Oh, that's another old film that I liked. Arsenic and Old Lace. That's a great film. Again, it's old, but like, there's just a lot of chuckles in there where it's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, I just really like slapstick. I think that's what it is. I'm just a really big fan of slapstick. Oh, that's a lovely knot, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I like slapstick. Oh dear, I didn't know there was an original movie. I don't watch a lot of films. Also, Turp! Welcome on in, I hope you're doing well. Ah dear, reminiscent of a trip to the moon, the first practical, oh god. Oh no, yeah, honestly, yeah. Wasn't good to begin with, so saying it didn't age well is kind of kind to it. It was, you know, it's not that it didn't age well, it was never good. Oh dear, oh dear. I recommend watching with other people to retain your sanity. It's one of those, is it? Also, thank you for the lurk, Shifty. I hope the work goes well for you. Oh dear. If you haven't checked out Shifty before, very sweet bean streamer. I don't think they'll be live tonight, but maybe tomorrow. It is definitely unique. God damn. Yeah, I'm hearing like a glowing review here about this movie that I've never even heard of. Wait, do you guys know when it came out? Is it like quite an old film? It can't be that old, because, you know, Super Mario is not super old. It is old, but like not I guess in this grand scheme of film. Oh dear. I like some old films. There's some that are pretty good. Mainly it's just slapstick though. I'm just a big fan of slapstick humor. Definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but I love me some good slapstick. There you go. What? The ducks are blowing each other up again. Alright. Get that bit in there. And then sew the other bit together. It's gonna be a bit weird because obviously I've added like an extra bit in, so it might not sit super great, but it gave me an idea of the size at least, and yeah, I can go from there. Because to me at least this is looking like a slightly better size. It's big, but it's a dramatic costume, it's meant to be big. There we go. Oh dear. How did we get onto this topic? I can't even remember. Oh, something about judges or something. This happened a lot today. We keep changing subject. I'm like, God, I don't even know how we've managed to get here. Oh, it's because Shifty said Court Jester, and I was like, the Court Jester? The movie? The movie from like 100 years ago? No, it's not like from 100 years ago. It's like 60 years old, maybe? Still quite old. Okay, I need to go to the other side. Oh god, this... Okay, we'll turn it inside out. This is not gonna like flipping over. Okay. But we did do it. Okay, let's get this stitched up and then pop it on my arm. And then if we like it, maybe even on the mannequin. Maybe. Oh, there you go. Is this with the smaller poof? Yeah, this will be the smaller poof that will come out of the big poof. So it can't be too big because otherwise it will like... I don't want it to graze the edge. I'm being very pedantic today. I don't want it to graze the edges of the cuff. So I don't want it to be too large, but I also don't think I want it the size of my arm because then it's like, it's dramatically smaller. And I want my arms to look a little bigger than they are naturally. I mean, I would honestly like to put on some muscle before this costume anyway, but just generally, just not to do with how I look in the costume, I just want to get stronger. So leaving a little bit of extra space in my arms would also just probably be a good idea, just in case I do get a little bit larger. But, yeah. Yeah, the gaining muscle has nothing to do with the costume, and more just to do with I would like to be just a little teeny tiny bit stronger in general. There we go. Ooh. I have pretty strong legs, but not very strong arms at all. I'm like the opposite of people who skip leg day. I never skip leg day, but I always skip arm day. So my legs are pretty damn strong, and then my arms are nothing, just chicken arms. Ugh, dear. Right. Okay. Don't mind the extra panel, it's fine. Ugh. Get my leg off the table. Not that you could see my leg was on the table. It's still quite small, honestly. Although that might just feel like that because I have all the seams on the inside, maybe. But it's a better size. It's definitely more dramatic. I can still... Yeah, you know what? This might be okay. 2 seconds. Let me switch to the other camera. What? Where is my other camera? There it is. Like, if I shoot this round here, like, is it dramatically smaller? Yes, it will be about here because it needs to come out from where the cuff is, and the cuff is quite big. So it'd be about at this spot. If it feels small at the moment, it might be smaller. Oh, true, yeah, that's true. It might get smaller still. Maybe I need to add like another panel to it then. I do like the poofiness of it though. I don't think I'd want it to be too much rounder. I thought that I would, but I don't actually think I want it too much more. Like, not like curled in any more than it already is. Also because there's going to be like designs on this, and if it's going too much, then yeah, I might want like an extra panel. Maybe. Yeah, you're right, honestly. You're honestly, you got the brain. You got the brain that I don't have today. If it's already feeling a little bit tight, once I add everything else onto it, it'll only get tighter. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. So I'm just like swinging it so I can see it as well. It looks a bit odd as well because it doesn't have like the extra bits on it. Like if I just left the green without anything on it, would look a lot less poofy. But yeah, I think it's a good start. Right, I'm gonna need to change my pattern a little bit. I need more card. 2 seconds. Let me get that. Also, Joe, welcome on in. Yeah, because I saw you on Bateman stream yesterday. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Thank you again for the follow offline. Ah, dear. Let me. Ugh. I just need to get some card quickly. Unlike professional, I like making all of my patterns really, really thick and hardy, because otherwise I break them really quickly. So I don't use pattern paper, I just use card. And honestly, that's worked pretty well for me. Okay, so what I did was I added like one extra one, didn't I? So what I'll need to do, excuse me. Okay, I need to flip it over the other side first and foremost, I suppose. Put that there. Put that at the top. Actually, one side of this I feel like should be flat. Is it this side? Yeah, it's that side. And add that in there. And so I would have done one, and we're thinking I might need two. I think. Oh my god, Witchy! Danger! Welcome on in, Witchy! I hope you're doing well. How was your stream? We've been doing some practicing of pattern making. Probably very janky, but it works for me. How was your stream? What did you get up to? Welcome on in, Foe. Welcome on in, Witchy, and Go Josh. I hope you're all doing good. Welcome, welcome. We're making a cosplay. This is our first stream of making this new cosplay, and it's gonna take like 16 months. But we're taking the first step. Also, Gogo, thank you for the follow, and Witchy, thank you for the follow. How was your stream? What did you get up to? What kind of stuff are you making and crafting? I need to do all that. That's one extra, right? Because I only did the one before, so this would be an extra 2 panels. Oh, but I might need one more so that I can attach it, mightn't I? Witchy Raid! Witchy Raid! Who's doing a crochet blanket? Oh, crochet! Crochet! We're doing crochet for this costume. I'm a hobbyist. I'm a hobbyist crocheter. Excuse me, 2 seconds. You can have my dinosaur for a sec. Because it's in the book, and he's sat on my book. We're doing crochet for this costume. We're making our own crocheted lace. But like, I'm not that good at crochet. Predominantly what I do is like this sort of stuff. So I make doilies. I like making doilies. We're doing sun and moon because I wanted my own custom lace for it. So we're gonna have like the suns going into the moons and have that as a lace going around it. I'm sorry if it's not super clear. It's quite a dark purple. We like crochet here though. We don't do it so often. Normally I do crochet off stream. It's my relaxing stuff. It's like I'm sitting, chatting, doing some crochet. But for this costume, it needs crochet. Oh dear. It sounds pretty good though. I've never made a blanket. I've always been too nervous to make a blanket, to be honest. Just because it feels like a big commitment and you have to be able to do like a lot of work for it. And I'm like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I might not be the committed type, you know? I'm not sure if I can do that. I would like to be someone who could though. Alright, I'm going to, also, don't worry anyone, don't panic. These are just my everything scissors right now. They are just scissors for everything. Okay, I should be able to attach this. Save that card. I can use that card later. So we've just made this. This is for one of the arm poofs. It's just a felt pattern at the moment. We're just practicing. We're practicing making shapes and turning them into things. It's good, but it needs to be like one segment bigger. And this is it with an extra segment already. So I'm basically adding this on top so that it's a bit more accurate. yeah. I've only made blankets. See, that's the thing that I'm most nervous about making is blankets. I think because you see people make like such beautiful blankets with either like granny squares or just like using all these different techniques. And I just worry that because it's such a big project, that I'd get lost. Yeah, I think getting lost in it is the bit that freaks me out a little. Oh dear. One day though, I would like to make some crochet blankets. I mean, I did think that I'd only ever crochet doilies, and here we are, already making lace, so we're getting there. Ah dear. They're good products and good to produce a stitch. That's true, to be fair. They are big projects. I guess if you're trying to learn, that's probably like I probably honestly just should do it at some point. At some point I should just suck it up and make a blanket. And like get good at it. Right now though I'm like, but what if I only do one tiny thing at a time and we make teeny tiny suns and moons and then that's it. So I've kind of gone a bit backwards. But it's because I'm a cosplayer first and foremost, and so the things that like I guess I'm drawn to are like stuff that I could use for cosplay. Also, I cut that, but I didn't actually need to. What I needed to do was to stick that to there. I can't tell if I've done enough. I think I have. I'm hoping that I have. We'll see. I'm doing 2 different blankets at the moment. One for my brother, which will have a fabric backing, and then a fluffy one for you. Yeah, TikTok has been making me want to get into like the really like the plushy wools to make like cute cows and stuff. I'm like, TikTok, I don't have time for this right now. I'm about to make a massive costume. I can't be making all these cows. But then every time I go on TikTok, it's like, but the cows though, Jelly. Imagine all these cute cows that you could make. It's like, God damn it. I do want to make those cows. I just don't have time. Also, sorry, 2 seconds. Also, I should say, if you're new here, hello, hi. So I didn't do my intro at all. I'm really bad with this. I would like to say that I'm a noob streamer, but I've been going for a few years now, so I don't know if I can necessarily claim that at this point. But hello, hi, my name is Jelly. I am a cosplayer based in the UK. We mainly do cosplay work here on this stream, but we do occasionally mix it up by doing some other sewing, some crochet, stuff like that, as well as some gaming every now and again. The kind of costumes that I tend to make are costumes like this, which we were able to debut at TwitchCon Amsterdam last year. It's at Paris this year. I tend to have more of a focus on beading and sequining and all that kind of jazz. So I like doing really, really sparkly costumes. But the current costume we're working on is an original design of the Collector from Owl House, and we're doing it based on menswear from the 16th century. That's kind of the premise. It's the Collector, but based on menswear from the 16th century. So it'll be hand stitched from top to bottom and also use a lot of the same decorating techniques that I already really enjoy. I don't see any channel. No! Shoot, did I get it wrong? Did I do it the wrong time? Damn it. My bad. I'm trying to get better. Oh, sorry. Let me put the correct scene on. I need to set up a little video. Yeah, honestly, you do. It's such an impressive costume. I feel like if people rated in, they'd be like, what the heck? You mean Twitch doesn't promote this cosplayer? What the heck? Oh dear. Sorry, that's just another way of saying I think it would be very well taken. I think a lot of people would be very impressed. Oh dear, I had to clip on command. Yeah, it's great. It's very helpful because like I think as well you'd probably be the same when you try and describe the kind of costumes you make. It can be like a little hard to visualize it, I think, especially like maybe if you're not so into Game of Thrones, whereas when you see it, it's like, oh, that's what they mean when they're saying they do more of that kind of stuff. I think it could be like a good visual indicator. Okay, I'll do that, but I probably actually need it a bit longer on that side. But for now, that is a better pattern and more accurately represents what I want this to look like. Heck yeah. I meant to do, oh wait, you want to see it? I can do it again. Listen, you don't have to tell me twice. It's not like an intro video. It doesn't have like clips from Twitch or anything like, well, I guess technically it is a clip from Twitch, but it's not from my channel, it's from the Twitch channel. This is from Amsterdam's cosplay contest. I was one of the larger than life competitors, but this is a costume that's entirely made of sewing. including like the wings, including the tail. It's like sewn from top to bottom. Yeah. So we are more predominantly a sewing channel, but we do make big costumes. I don't mind making a big costume, but it's got to be sewing based. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with that. Actually, where are the rest of my patterns? I think I've just shoved them in a bag somewhere. They're gonna look really messy when I bring them out, and everyone's gonna be like, Jelly, why have you folded your patterns like that? And I'll be like, because I put them in the Starlight bag, and it's a small bag. 2 seconds, I'm gonna take a sip. Oh dear. You want to see in person someday? I don't think I'll wear it with the wings around a convention because they're very big. They don't look so big, but they're really quite large. But I love wearing it with the tail. The tail with the dress is like a really fun combo, and you look like a dragon lady. It's great. So I might not have the wings, but I'll definitely wear the rest of the costume at conventions, just without wings. The wings are just... I think it's the same with any wings though. Like they hurt to wear for too long. They're very wide. They go right out, which means that like you have to be so careful wandering around. My wings were padded, so like if they did hit anybody, which thankfully they didn't, but if they had hit anyone, they would have just got like bumps with a pillow. They're basically like pillows. In the shape of wings, but like you still don't want to be like bumping into people, especially if they might be like wearing face makeup or stuff like that. You want to like bump on them. Oh dear. All right, I feel like that is... should I make it really quickly and test it? I probably should, shouldn't I? If I'm gonna... So I'm like rubbing my eyes, so my VTube is probably going crazy. I probably should make it, shouldn't I? Yeah, you know what? So far this is going to be our 3rd attempt at it. This is kind of just what pattern making is like for me, at least. This has always been my experience of it. It's like you go in with a general idea, and then you fix that up, and then you fix that up. And I think about 3 rounds is what it normally takes for most of my patterns to be happy with it. Also, I should say, Witchy, if you need to go get yourself any snacks or look after yourself after stream, please do. As much as we like having you here, I get it. After stream, I'm always really hungry, and a lot of people are tired or like stop streaming when they go to sleep or whatever. So if you need to go do any of that, please don't let us keep you. We don't want you to be starvingly hungry. I have a massive roll of felt here, so I'm just gonna take another snip of that. Oh my god. It's smacking into my beads. No, my beads. I have like kind of a cool setup for my beads right now. I can't really show you because it's under my desk, but I have like all of my beads in little boxes, and then they're like lined up, and they look pretty cool. They look pretty cool. All right. It'll be nice as well if I can get this all in one piece without it having the extra thickness. All right, let's cut this bit out, and then we'll draw around it again. Again, this is a massive roll of felt, so like trying to work with it when it's still on the roll is like, nah, that's not to. There you go. Do you gonna chill out before bed? You've been on the worst sleep schedule since I've been home for the last 3 weeks. Oh, bless you. Do I have so many crochet problems and you can't leave the house? I hope you manage to get some good sleep soon. I'm a little... It's not been 3 weeks bad though. I've had like 2 nights of bad sleep and I'm already grumpy. It doesn't take very long. And like my filter goes from 1 to 0 just after a couple of nights of bad sleep. So I hope you manage to get some better sleep soon. Oh dear. I will also just in a minute have to take a very quick break. I know I've not been streaming that long. I don't normally stream till this bit in the afternoon. There's just very quickly something that I need to do, and then we'll be right back. But I've just noticed the time and I'm like, I've got 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes, and then I'll take a very quick break, and you know what? I maybe use my break to make a new cup of tea. So if you're in the channel and you have a cold cup of tea, that will be your chance to make a new cup of tea that isn't cold. I'm also just going to go a bit further with this one because it'll help me sew it up at the end. There you go. Ooh. And it'll be nice to have this for the mannequin as well. It'll also just be nice to have this so like we could try on. I think what I might do as my next pattern piece will be the bit inside of the upper part of the sleeve, because I need that to connect to this bit eventually. I should also make the little cuff parts, so I think we'll focus on those bits before we focus on the really big drop of the arm, just getting that upper bit really nice and sorted. I think as well, because the drop of the arm is a shape that I'm a lot more familiar with. To be honest, I might even have a pattern for something like that lying around somewhere. Like, I've definitely done big droppy sleeves like that before. I sleep well, just in the middle of the day. Oh, I see. The time zone, huh? Oh dear. I'm terrible for that. Like, I don't know how people manage it, but I guess because of when I stream, I don't really stream in a very good, I guess a very good time slot for a lot of people, because I stream first thing in the morning UK time, which is kind of like late at night for Oz time. I think it's like ridiculously late at night in Asian kind of time, and then it's like stupidly earlier in the morning for any Americans. So I don't hit everyone's time zone very well. The only real time zone that I think that I do hit quite well is the UK, and I hit like early morning UK, and a lot of people don't get up in the morning and start watching streams. And like, I'm the kind of same. I watch a lot more streams in the evening than I do in the morning. It depends. If I'm starting my craft projects first thing in the morning, then yeah, I'll probably pop a stream on in the background just to craft along with. But like for me, I tend to watch more streams after lunch because my morning time is my productive time, right? So like if I have stuff and like bills or like anything in the house that needs sorting, I normally do that in the morning, and then I come and watch in the afternoon. Ah dear. So I don't really hit a very good time zone. I didn't even hit a good time zone for me. Oh dear. I haven't been able to work because I broke. Oh god, your foot. Here's the thing, but one of my followers for sometimes shows up in stream no matter what time I stream. Ah, heck yeah. Oh, that's really sweet. We have had a few. Maybe you've seen it as well, because we've got the new stuff on Twitch for like watch streaks. Every now and again, someone pops in and they have like a watch streak of 3, and it's like, oh, because I stream like a lot. So whenever someone's watched for more than a couple days in a row, it's like, oh, bless you. I'm like, I could understand if maybe I only stream twice a week, that it'd be a bit easier to catch the streams, because I stream like most days. And it's always very flattering if someone's watched more than one day in a row. They've put up with me multiple days. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Also, I hope your foot feels better soon. That's a hard break. Anything on the legs, very hard. I really like having a stream on the mornings. Oh, bless you. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, I put yours on when I get out of bed and start doing stuff. Yeah, because I'm kind of... It's like not so early in the UK that people would necessarily be getting ready for work, because like if you work in retail or if you work a lot of jobs, you start at like 9, and I start streaming at like 9:30. So it's not really early enough for that, but it's like, yeah, it's still kind of early. I'll probably start streaming like that for the next few weeks and do my crochet blanket. Yee. Oh dear, I'll have to pop over and have a look. I'll just be anxious, I think. I won't talk too much because I don't want to distract, but... Oh my god, what was that? My eyes were just like, whoa! Actually, I wonder if I can make my model do it. 2 seconds. You'll have to tell me how this looks, because it's probably going to look crazy. Did my eyes move at all? It's like kind of a subtle movement, so I don't know if it'd pick it up. I'll go back and look at that later. So my eyes vibrate. I don't know how else you call it. Like, my real life eyes vibrate if I lose focus. So if I like zone out for a second, my eyes will vibrate side to side. Ah dear. I'm wondering if my model will pick that up. There's a reason for it, and it's been explained. It's the reason that technically my vision is not 20/20, because like my vision is pretty good when I'm not having a migraine. But like, it's not technically 20/20 vision because my eyes vibrate when they unfocus. And like when I was little, I had to do some like, I don't know what it was called. I was too small to really remember it, but it's like some eye practice stuff so that you can focus your eyes a bit easier or whatever. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's pretty common as well for young people, if their eyes aren't lining up very well, that they do that kind of stuff. Dear. You can do it too. You have to put effort in though. My eyes, see, the issue for me was that I'd be like looking from place to place and my eyes would just be vibrating. And my parents are like, The other thing which comes along with it, apparently, I couldn't go cross-eyed. Like, I physically couldn't go cross-eyed until I did like a lot of practice. So we used to have like cross-eyed training in with my family, where they'd sit me down at the dining table and be like, and go, and I'd be there like trying really, really hard to go cross-eyed, because once something got within like 30 centimeters of my face, like I just couldn't see it. It'd just go. It like ping out of existence, and I couldn't keep following it. Oh dear. But again, I was really, really young. I was really, really young when all this was happening, which is why I don't remember it very well. Like, it's obviously was an issue that popped up quite obviously when I was small. And they were like, all right, let's just get your eyes. I think it's basically just weak eyes or something like that. Your eyes, the muscles in your eyes are just like weak and they're not giving it their all. So if you like do some hardcore lifting, your eyes start to get stronger. But yeah, if I relax my eyes, they still vibrate. Oh dear. But obviously I don't do it very often. I don't know anyone else that can do it. That kind of tickles if you leave it for too long. You can do it too. I have to put effort in though. My eyes don't do it on my own, but it's a fun party trick. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a party trick. For me, I've done it by accident a lot of times, and I'll just catch like my friends looking at me like, just like, oh shoot, my bad, sorry. I was just zoning out for a second. Don't mind me just vibrating in the corner. Oh dear. Yeah, it's not super obvious. The only times I think people really notice it is if I'm like looking around a lot. So like if I'm like looking over there, and rather than like moving my whole head, I'm just moving my eyes. Sometimes they will like flicker, I would say. It's not like a full vibrate, it's just like flicker a little bit. And sometimes people catch that and they're like, wait a second. What was that? Your eyes just did a weird thing. I think it's more noticeable if I'm turning and doing it as well, because like it will mean that my eyes will technically flicker white. So it won't look like my eyes are vibrating, it looks like my eyes have just gone white for a second. Oh dear. I remember when I was much older, because like when we obviously had the issue when I was younger, like phone cameras and stuff like that weren't really a thing at that time. So like if your family didn't have like a camera that could do recordings, like there was just visually no way that I could see what my eyes are doing. And I remember when I was about 10 years old, someone taking a video of it so that I could also see it for the first time. Because up to that age, people would kind of tell me what it looked like, but I could never see it myself. Because obviously like when you're looking in a mirror, you're just blind. You can't see it while it's happening. So yeah, it was really cool. I remember being like, oh, that's what that feeling is, because like you can feel it when it's happening, but you can't see what it looks like from the outside, because you're pretty much blind when it's happening. So yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, I was probably about 10 years old, I think, when someone videoed it for me. Ah dear, on like a flip video or something. Low quality camera, but it was great. Oh dear, I could do my tongue too. Wait, what? You vibrate your tongue? Wait, how do you do that? I can do that. I can't imagine. Vibrate tongue? What? Does it like help you digest food? Like if you put food in your mouth, can it, without chewing it, can your tongue just vibrate it to mush? That sounds great. That sounds great. Like if you're just like sat there and your tongue vibrates the food to mush, you're basically like an eating machine. That'd be sick. Oh dear. I'm getting a lot of practice at this stitch as well, heck yeah. That's the one that happens when you really relax. Ah, I see. Okay, that's your relaxing one. I should say as well, it doesn't really happen when I relax too much anymore. I'm pretty good. I've trained my eyes really well. My eyes were a lot stronger when they were when I was younger. And also, just as a, I'm sure someone might make the connection, it has nothing to do with my migraines, unfortunately. My eyes these days technically are not 20/20, but they're like close enough. It's just because I had to train them when I was younger, really, that they don't count. They are as strong as a normal pair of eyes these days. And yeah, they don't have anything to do with my migraines. We've been to the opticians like 3 times though, just to be sure. I know a better use for a vibrating tongue. You could whip cream in your mouth. You could, okay, sorry, bear with me here for a second. If you put double cream in your mouth and then like a strawberry in your cheeks, and then you do that, do you make like strawberry whipped cream? Or does your spit get in the way? Your spit might get in the way, actually, thinking about it. It's not that dramatic, but imagine if your mouth was like a blender. Oh my god, that'd be so cool. You could put soup ingredients in your mouth and then you could like blend them down and then like swallow the soup, which actually I guess is kind of what chewing is anyway. Maybe I've just added chewing with an extra step, but I mean that would be cool. That'd be terrifying to do that. Everything would become soup. Oh dear. What else can you change with vibrating? But it's like you'd have to want to put it in your mouth. I'm like, maybe like if you, like a nail was loose, could you vibrate it and undo a nail with your tongue? Because that'd be a hell of a TikTok. Or not a nail, a screw. But then I don't know if that would work. They'd be destroyed by my temper. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe this isn't the best superpower that I'm making up in my head. I'm like, could you unscrew things? Could you whip cream in your mouth? Could you... Also, like, that would be really disturbing, actually. Imagine if you're like, okay, you're pretending to like drink milk with your friends, but you're secretly whipping cream inside your mouth, and then you open your mouth and like lots of whipped cream come out. That would be actually terrifying. That would be like, what the heck? Where did all this whipped cream go? Oh my god. I don't know if that would be so much of a party trick as much as like a horror trick. Oh dear. Heck. But it would be quite funny. Could do someone's heart rate? Yeah, you probably could. Terrifying. Oh, it would be handy if you were elderly and could... Oh, true actually. Yeah. It's like, because yeah, your teeth, you know, obviously they're not as strong as you get older and like, just from use and everything. Yeah, like you wouldn't have to worry about that because your tongue can break down the food for you. Maybe still though, I feel like some foods wouldn't be broken down like that. Also be warm. What's wrong with warm whipped cream? You don't like that? See, I'm kind of into that. I like that. Give me warm whipped cream any day. As long as it's like safe to eat. Like warm, like I like mixing my whipped cream into like hot things and then so it's like hot whipped cream. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Oh dear. Oh dear. No! Listen, you're not... You're the one with the vibrating tongue. Like... surely that would be fun! Like, like, except for the people that you would inevitably horrify. It'd be really funny! Cold whipped cream only. See, I like warm whipped cream. Of course you like warm whipped cream. Wait, is that weird? I think that's pretty normal. Like, cause like, you eat like whipped cream with hot pudding. So like, when you put them together, the whipped cream is hot. Like, oh dear, I just swallow everything. This is also true. But like, doesn't it feel like that's normal? Like you put whipped cream with hot pudding. So of course the whipped cream is hot because it's on the hot pudding. I guess it doesn't start out hot, but it does taste hot. As a chef, warm whipped cream just... No, because like, I'm not saying that you just keep it at room temperature, but like, you put it on hot things and then the whipped cream gets hot because it's on a hot thing. Like a hot chocolate, like whipped cream on a hot chocolate. Like, by the time that well, at least for me at least, when I'm like sucking up the whipped cream, it's like, because it's been on the hot chocolate the whole time, so it's kind of warm. I guess hot is not the right way of putting it, but like it is warm. Warm whipped cream will be melted, but it's not though. But what? No. Making it in my mouth, it would not be hot. It'd be body temperature. Yeah, body temperature. That's kind of the temperature I think I like it. I like my whipped cream body temperature. I just don't like really cold things. Oh, speaking of which, 2 seconds. I need to hide my camera for a second. I will literally be a moment. Sorry about that. Sorry, I might actually in a second go make another cup of tea, but I'll go a little bit... Oh, let me hide that. Go a little bit further first. 2 seconds. There you go, there you go. Yeah, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're making an argument for body temperature food. I think body temperature might be my favorite temperature. I like it when food goes in my mouth and it doesn't change the temperature of my mouth. I don't like it getting hotter or colder. I like room body temperature food. What's your favorite food temperature? Has the most and fastest bacteria growth? I mean, maybe, but excuse me, like a sandwich. Like, you know, when you put the sandwich in your mouth, it's not hot and it's not cold. It's just sandwich temperature. That's kind of good. I like that. Or like a sandwich at the beach. A sandwich at the beach. Yeah. Which I guess probably does sound like, you know, it's making for bacteria, but I like that temperature. I like my tea that temperature as well. I like it when you hit that good spot and you put the tea in your mouth and it's exactly the same temperature and it's like, whoa. It blows your mind. That's pretty good. I like that. I like body temperature things. Oh dear. I will say I'm not very good with hot food either. I burn my tongue really easily. I feel like I burn my tongue so much easier than the rest of my family. We'll all eat food that's the same temperature, but I'm the only one who burns their tongue. And I'm not sure why my tongue burns. Like, I always have to wait like an extra couple minutes on everyone else in my family because they can eat it without burning themselves, but I cannot for some reason. Yeah, hot food. Hot food always makes me a bit... Well, it means that I have to watch everyone else eat it before I can eat it. Oh, dear. I returned with my dinner. Oh, leftovers. Heck yeah, that did look really good. Very nice, very nice. As long as you're not leaving the room at the temp for more than 4 hours, you'd be okay. Okay. I'm trying to think if I've done that recently. I think it's okay. I'm a grazer. Here's the thing. I'm a grazer. So, like, I eat over a long period of time. But I do normally get fresh food. So, like, I don't leave it out for hours and hours and hours. Like, an hour tops, maybe, would be how long it takes me to finish a plate of food most of the time. But, like, I'm a grazer. I eat little and often. So, you know, I'll eat a little bit of my food, and then I'll eat a little bit more, and then, yeah, rather than eating it all at once, most of the time. I did that yesterday. I had lunch over the course of the stream, but I did kind of start it... I finished it before the stream was over, yeah. Did I have a Snickers brownie? Ooh, nice. To be fair, most houses in the UK are cold enough to currently be the same as food refrigerated. I mean, you're not wrong. This room in particular, though, because it's got my PC in it, is a sauna. Like, comparatively to the rest of the house. Like, I'm in t-shirt right now. I don't need anything else because it's so much hotter than the rest of the house because of my PC. You eat a little bit at a time, so technically you eat a lot at once. Wow. Whoa. Yeah, even right now, I have snacks nearby. I have crackers. I have some biscuits, but I can't really eat them right now because they've got chocolate on them, so until my migraine's over, it's best to avoid them. I have grapes downstairs. Heck yeah, they're in the fridge though, because, you know, I don't think you need to keep... The thing is, we keep a lot of stuff in the fridge where I'm like, I don't think they need to be kept in the fridge. However, we have more space in our fridge than our cupboards, so they stay in the fridge. Just because that's where we got space from. Oh dear. I forgot the temperature difference. Oh yeah. Sorry, it is very cold here. Well, and it's not too. It's 8 degrees actually. It's pretty good for like March. It's actually pretty warm, but like generally, yeah, it's chillier here. I mean, someone was having snow earlier. I think Amazonia had sleet, so it's not the warmest. Not the warmest. Put T-stream to your eye socket. Put T-stream. Put T-stream. Seam. Sorry, I was just like, stream tea into my eye socket. I think I'll go blind. Oh dear. Although I do like like, alright, you know what this migraine needs? It needs some healthy dose of tea straight to the eye socket. Hell yeah. Oh dear, it's alright. I have, I don't know that I normally do the opposite. So I have ice masks in the fridge, which sometimes help a little bit. I have, not badly, but I get, what are they called? Hemiplegic migraines. So my face swells and sags, So it looks like I'm having a stroke. This is why I often like using a V2, because it looks a lot worse than it is, because like I am pretty much over this migraine. I had it last night, but my face is still sagging, so I rig both eyes to one eye, which is normally my right eye, because that is the one that's normally a lot better, and that way you don't get my V2 being like and looking like looking like I do, which is having a stroke. In England, food is fine to be out on the side for days. Oh dear, it's 23. Oh, see, I love cold weather so much more than hot weather. I think as well because like I don't go out too often, so like rain and wet doesn't affect me too much. Oh wait, just wait a second. Are you the bean that also has a lot of migraines? Are you who I think you are? Do you have a lot of migraines as well? I feel like you might be. I feel like you might be a bean that I feel like I've seen around that has a lot of migraines also. Excuse me. Oh dear. That's one thing. Since being on... You are that bean! I thought so! I thought I recognized your name when it came into the channel, and then I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen you on Twitter, and you have a lot of migraines as well. Oh dear. Jessica, can I tell you something that happened to me last week that you might empathize with a little bit? I've been on the waiting list for Botox for 15 months. 15 months. 15 months. Bing, 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 bing. I don't want to look at my memories right now. I don't want to look at them. 15 months. And I went last week for my first session of Botox for migraines. I've had them for 7 years now, and I get them about, on an average, 6 days a week. So, I'm well over the amount that you need to go for Botox in the UK. And I went to my appointment, and you know what happened? They ran out. They ran out of Botox. So they told me to book another appointment for 15 months' time. Yeah. They told me instead that I could start the injections in the meantime, which is what I'm going to be doing for the next couple months, because otherwise I literally have no life. I can't work. I have migraines nearly every single day, and like bad enough that they keep me bedbound for about 6 hours a day on average. And so, I'm very much in a position of my life doesn't start. My adult life does not start until I can get my migraines more under control. Because I've had them pretty much my entire adult life, right? I'm 27 now, and I've had them since I was 20. Oh, my God. The health system, let me tell you. It's something. I work outside 2 days a week, so this is the thing. See, I'm okay because I can't really leave the house most of the time without a lot of assistance. One of the main symptoms I have with my migraines, hence talking about me not being able to read the book that I got earlier, is that I can't see. I have massive blind spots. They wouldn't give me it. I asked about it, and they told me, they were like, nah. Oh. So for me, obviously I had to fail. It's different in England and Wales, I should say as well. I don't know why. In England, you have to fail 1 extra medication than we do in Wales. In Wales, we only have to fail 3, and one of them can be your triptan. But I think in England, you have to fail 4 medications before they even consider giving it to you. And I had to trial most of my medications for at least a year. A couple of them I had to trial for even longer, which is why it's taken 7 years to get to this point, as well as waiting and stuff. But yeah, for me, I only had to fail 3. I still failed 5, but I only had to fail 3. Seeing my brain human at the end of the month, though, good. I'm glad to hear it. I still consider it them problem and they should fix it, but there's no space that they could slot me in for another 15 months. Like, that's the thing. They fully knew it was their problem and they were very apologetic. But they said, like, listen, we can't actually physically slot you in at any time. Because this is what our waiting lists are. So there's 2 options. You wait for 15 months. 3. You wait for 15 months, you go private, or you start the injections. So I'm starting the injections, hopefully by the end of the month. Which was not my first choice, but I will do it. I will do it. I'll do anything, honestly. I'll do anything. Anything and everything. I would pour hot tea in my eye socket if there was a chance it would fix it. Oh dear. Mine are just blind spots and very, very early pain. I'm a bit different from the rest of my family. I won't say who exactly because I don't want to, give away all my family's info. Most of my family who have migraines, on all of my family have migraines, all of them, men and women. But most of them projectile vomit constantly. Like, that is their main symptom that they struggle with, is they cannot stop throwing up. And it's like violent and sudden, and like it's really bad. I don't have that symptom. I feel very nauseous for some of the time, but like I am definitely not the same symptom that they get. They're, without fail, every single migraine, they will be sick, and like very sick most of the time. It's like really intense. For me, it's the pain, but also I have a full visual aura, so there is no spot in my vision that isn't affected by aura. So it's like, basically, it looks like everything is under the water. It's why you guys are so blown up whenever I accidentally show my OBS. It's why I have the chat so big. It's because, like, it's not that I can't see, but everything's underwater. So it's kind of difficult. You're in your third so far. Yeah, I'm sorry if you have to take an extra one. That is one positive thing about Wales. We have a really, really long waiting list, but you have to fail less. So like, you only have to fail 3 medications before they refer you to Botox, which is what they did for me. It just takes a really long time to get referred. They just stay open later on a specific evening or something. So they did see if there was something they could do the next day, but they found that not a single pharmacy in the area had the Botox, which meant that there was no way they could have even got it in for next day. So I was like, well, yeah, I get that. I'm on meds to stop the vomiting, but then, yeah, see, I'm very lucky. I don't have that as a main symptom, and I was waiting the first couple years. I was like, when am I gonna start like projectile vomiting everywhere? Because like that's what most of my family have, is like one of the first symptoms they'll get with their migraines. I have like a slight aura sometimes, but it's the throwing up that starts, and then the pain. But like I feel sicky a lot, mainly in the evenings, but like I'm pretty good most of the time. Definitely not to the same level as them. Still making your problem instead of trying to find a solution. Yeah, I know. Listen, I wasn't happy. I was trying really hard to just not cry most of the appointment. So like I was just so like done. And I was trying really hard just not to like burst out crying, because I was like, I need to talk to them. I need to get through everything. I need to do all this. We also had to go over my brain scans. Again, very fortunate, very unfortunate. I don't know what you want to call it, because my migraines have also kick-started me into full-on hallucinations. So like seeing and hearing things, unfortunately, is one of the symptoms that I got alongside mine, which again is not super common, but it can happen. So I have to have quite a lot of brain tests to make sure there's nothing more dangerous happening. But the positive of that is it meant that I got like a full body review within weeks of reporting my symptoms, which is not normal, especially not in Wales. The negative of it is that it's something that we have to keep checking up on and making sure that it's okay. And that my last appointment with them, when they mentioned the brain scan, they said it was mostly okay. And I was like, wait a second. And we were going through stuff so quickly that I never really brought it up again. And so it gave me a chance to probably find out what they meant by mostly okay. Because like, that's not something you want to hear when they're talking about a brain scan. But we went over it, it's fine, everything's fine. I was just like, because it wasn't explained at the time, like why they'd said that, I was just living for like several months like, am I okay? What's happening in my brain? Migraine shouldn't show anything in your brain, what's going on? Like waiting in panic of why they said that. Well, I get it now, it's fine. But yeah. We had to get a few things cleared up, because I was like, I need to know if there's like something going on here. You finished your row? Heck yeah. Oh, bless you. No, Witchy, thank you so much for the raid. I really hope you have some good sleeps, and I hope that your blanket goes well. Talking to a jellyfish, yeah, true. The fact that they found a brain is honestly like the biggest win. Oh, I've never been able to look at them either. They've talked me through my brain scans, but they've never shown me them, and I'm like, I kind of want to see. I've had MRI and CAT scans, and I was like, I would really like to see them, but I've never seen it. They never showed me it. They never get them out. My GPs have seen them. My specialists have seen them. I'm the only person who has not seen them, and there's no real reason for me. I won't know what to look for. I just kind of want to see it, you know? I just kind of want to see my brain. It's also like eye face. It's sorry, there's a lot of long words. You're mentally not handicapped to make proper decisions right there, and for some reason or another, instead of assisting, they just increase the problems by sending you off. Yeah, like, I think the problem that I had as well is, like, because I have migraine symptoms most days, when I'm talking to the doctors, I'm not always 100% there, so if I'm on my own, I don't always necessarily understand what's going on. And so I need someone there with me just to, like, tell me it back so that I can then tell my family what's happened and stuff like that. I won't look at mine. It's got a disc hidden away in the... Oh, you've got yours? Ah, see, I really want to see mine. Wait, why would... Out of interest, why do you not want to see? Is it just like a gore thing? Which is, you know, fair enough. I don't think they're meant to be very gory pictures, but then I don't know. I've not seen them. I have no idea. I've had all the results. I have the results on paper. I have no idea what they look like. I just kind of want to see. I'm just curious. Forever curious. I want to know what my brain looks like. I will say though, I've seen the inside of my stomach, because you know when they put like a camera into there and stuff like that, and that actually was quite off-putting. I had to turn away from that one. I had to be like, yeah, actually, you know, I don't really want to look at that anymore. That one I did find quite intense. Maybe I would feel the same once I actually see the brain pics. I think it's the knowing. Oh yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Let's see, Elliot, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're talking about weird question. If you could see the inside of your body safely, would you? Would you want to look at your innards? Or no? Or no, you don't want to know. You're not interested. Welcome to a weird question. Would you want to see the insides of your body? I'd want to. Yeah, I always am like, yeah, I want to, and then I look and I'm like, ugh. You're right, that is an innard. Oh dear. I did get, and I'm gutted that I never took it with me, or like I never asked for a copy. So I, again, won't go into too much detail of the event that led up to it. I did put a needle through the bone in my finger, and I like hole punched it right up the center of this finger. And the scan that I got back from that, the X-ray, was so cool, because like it hadn't fractured the bone on either side. It literally just hole punched down the center of it. And so what I got back was my finger bone, which looked like it had just like got little stitches through it. It was really cool. And it was so tiny. It was like only the bit at the right at the end which got affected. And I wish I'd taken that with me, because like I went with my dad, like we went together, and like we've described it to so many people, and it's like, damn, I wish I had a photo of it. It was so cool. That was such a cool X-ray. Like scan results, like MRIs, yeah, like MRIs, X-rays, or like if you've had like any exploratory ops where they take pictures of your insides, that'd be another way. In a way I did when I was looking at an X-ray of my chest. Yeah, did you like that? I mean, are you interested in seeing those kind of things, I suppose? I've seen a lot of my insides, honestly. You know, they're not super beautiful, but they are mine. That's so cool. Yeah, that one was really cool. I'm glad I wasn't the only one who saw it though. Like again, I was young enough that I had my dad take me to minor injuries unit, and so I wasn't the only one that saw it. And I'm glad I'm not, because I feel like when we're talking about it to like my family, I have someone to back me up on like how perfect it was, just straight down the center, no fractures. It was so cool. I wouldn't recommend doing it because you have to take antibiotics, and it's like you feel pretty sicky for a while afterwards. But it was cool though. It was cool. Oh dear, I had scoliosis. So your X-rays are freaky? Not awesome that you have scoliosis, but that does sound like an awesome scan. Or I've seen some cool backs. My back's fine, thankfully. I'm kind of glad as well, because back problems are like, oof, I'd rather not. Well, I mean, I'd rather not have any problems, but like back problems give me the heebie-jeebies, just based on like the surgeries and stuff that they do, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, not good that you had that, but I bet it was a cool scan. My boyfriend has his kidney transplant operation saved his computer. I respect that. I'd do the same. Very respectable. I always like biology, especially the human body, so I like seeing X-rays and stuff. Yeah, one that's really cool, which I had when I was really young, so I don't remember it super well, is a bone scan. So like when you're having a bone scan, there's like an image of all of your bones moving around. So when you lie on the table, you can have like, and the doctor did it for me because I was pretty young and they were like keeping me entertained. And when they moved it around, you can actually see as they're scanning, like you can see your bones, you can see your bones moving around inside your body, and it's really, really cool. So like, you can see your skull like turning side to side, and you can see your spine moving and stuff like that. And I only had it when I was really young, and I don't remember it that well, but it was a really cool scan. It was really, really cool. It's not like you get, like, you do get pictures from it, but it's not like when they present you 1 or 2 pictures, you see it moving in real time. It's really cool. Ah, dear. I have flashbacks to Cal for getting a scar out to show you. Oh my god. Why would you do? Oh, a friend of mine had his scoliosis surgery. They used to hospital for our final deadline for our uni course, so he was working on his final film from his hospital bed. Ooh, heck, that must be difficult to concentrate from. Jesus Christ, props to him. Wow. Oh, wow. What was the scan for, if you're okay with saying? I don't think I can say. I have like a secret disease that I don't tell chat, and please don't guess. It's the secret disease that I refuse to tell you about. Oh dear. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. That's my secret one. It's like the what you call it, the DLC. You need a DLC to know what that one is. Massive props, it turned out awesome. Hell yeah. I don't know. That's a difficult situation to like concentrate on. You do hear stories of people though going to like when they have to take a stay in a hospital ward for some reason, like being super productive, and I'm like, whoa, couldn't be me. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, that character's not unlocked yet. That's my DLC sickness. Also, sorry. I don't know what's happening with my chords today, but it is intense. Ugh, get that in there. Intense chord issues. I had to be awake doing an burning away a spot going through my heart through the. It's interesting to follow the X-ray for 5 minutes, but it gets boring fast, especially when the operation is 2 to 4 hours. Oh my god, Jesus! I've only ever had the stomach tubes when I'm awake. Everything else I've been knocked out for. So I've had endoscopies awake, which is like a really minor surgery. You get to see the inside of your esophagus and like, oh, I don't think that one counts though. I've had like a lot of cameras put up my nose as well. So when one of my tonsils ruptured, we were looking at it from behind, which again, it was interesting, but like, you know, it is what it is. But oh my god, they're like really quick. They're like, you know, 15 minutes if that. 2 to 4 hours? What did you do? Like, what actually did you do for 2 to 4 hours? I keep saying 2.5 hours. Like, what did you actually do? Like, that must have been so weird and boring. In this case, I do awake since anesthesia. Oh, yeah. That's fair. I've heard that for like brain surgery you have to be awake in case they touch the wrong thing, and like people go on YouTube and they like film their brain surgery, or that they live stream their brain surgery. Don't worry guys, if I ever have brain surgery I'll make sure I live stream it for you. With my okay brain. As a lie there, you're not allowed to move. How was that? I imagine that's really difficult to not move during, like, I struggle to like not move doing a tattoo, let alone a full surgery. Oh dear, I'm absolutely Twitch streaming if I ever have brain surgery. Like, guys, my chill and comfy chat, but also here's my brains. I'd absolutely do it. Like, why not? Like, I would probably give a lot of trigger warnings and be like, listen, if you don't want to see my brains, like, don't tune in. But well, here's my brain. Here's my brain. Oh dear. Oh, could you imagine that as a... Okay, so, oh my god, what is happening with my chords today? Jesus Christ. If like, for those who don't know, I have shown my face for nearly 3 years of streaming, so I'm definitely not like a faceless streamer or anything like that, even though I'm using a VTuber at the moment. But imagine if I was a faceless streamer, and what if your face reveal was your brain surgery? What if you waited to do your face reveal when you were having brain surgery? That would be so, so intense. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Not even the cute nurse is present. Oh no, only the surgeon. Was there only one surgeon as well? Oh my god. I don't think I've ever had just one person. I always seem to have like a little team of peoples, and there's always like a group of medical students in the background. My experiences in hospital is like, I have 1 or 2 doctors and then like 10 medical students. Like, hello, just here in the background. Hello. Like, oh, hello. I was talking to I don't mind it, by the way. Obviously, I always consent to them being there, so like it's not like they've just pushed in on my appointment or anything like that. That's probably why I have them so often, because I always say yes, it's fine. But like, yeah, I haven't had an appointment, I think, since I was like a baby, since like when there's not been medical students in the room. They're always there. And like last time, when I was going to the hospital last week, it was literally to be told that they'd run out of Botox and they couldn't do the surgery. There was still a team of medical students there. Just watching me try not to cry. Oh my god, wait, this is getting to be a real problem. Can I just really quickly show you guys what I'm seeing? Because like, I want you to see, I think it's the cord being loose, but like, this is actually quite difficult to look at right now. This is kind of also what happened before too. Let me just get a picture so I can send it to you in the Discord. I'll put it in live stream chat so you can all see it. If you're not on the Discord, I'm sorry. Also, Bear, welcome on in. Went to a cosplay convention earlier this year and they had people cosplaying from the Owl House. I had no idea what it was, so I was like, hey, let's change that. And I binged it and you love it. And I know. I'm so looking forward to the last episode though. Yeah, I'm really struggling to actually look at, yeah, it's the same as that. But I've like been shoving the wires back in and it's not fixing the problem. So I still think it's probably the wires, but like, I don't know. That's what it looks like for me right now. Red static and all, except it's getting worse, Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna move a couple of, oh. I don't know what it is that's causing it. I mean, I do kind of know it's the cords, but like, I can't physically push the cord in any further. You know. Oh. Sorry, clicks like my wrist there. There you go. Oh dear. All the others were only there doing prep and the remainder they stayed in the control room, so there were people I just couldn't see them, fair enough. You could talk to them, but they couldn't hear them back. Oh, okay. Oh dear. What about the other end? Yeah, I could give that a wiggle. Oh no, that's definitely in there. That's the one that my computer like grabs it. Is your monitor dying? It is a very old monitor. This monitor is like 8 years old or something silly, so yeah, it could be that the monitor's dying. It's making it quite difficult to look at you guys though. You guys are all fuzzy. Oh dear. What to do? I messaged my friend that I got hooked on the cute show. I was like, how dare you show me the amazing show? And then said, Disney, say no more. I know. I'm really hoping that they do kind of what they do with some other shows where they get cancelled a bit early and they give them some specials. 8 years is very old. Oh, is it not? Oh dear. Maybe it's not. No, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just saying that. It's fine. You say you're fine. Your monitor's a baby. It's not even allowed to drink yet. It's fine. Oh dear. Unfortunately, though, I might have to end stream there. Not because I'm not having a good time, but because I don't think I can really look at you right now. I'm sorry. I've like tried wiggling all the cords. What I might do, I might see if I can swap monitors, because I do have a second monitor that's like where the ducks are right now, which is a bit newer. I might see if I can swap them around and then maybe turn off the second monitor and give that a go. Because you guys are just, oof. You're glowing right now. You're glowing, but like a bit too much. You're glowing a bit too much, and it's hurting my eyes. Oh dear. All right. You know what? We'll do a raid. Oh wait, I can never raid into these people. Okay, I want to raid into. They're a bigger streamer. I want to raid into them because they're doing a big charity stream that I've been seeing them talk about, where they're doing Irish Cancer Society stream, and I'm like, you know what? You know heckin' what? Let's raid into someone doing some amazing charity work. An amazing charity work for cancer as well. Yeah, that's what I want to raid into. Cancer can suck a butt, honestly. So we're going to be raiding into Cake. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cake. They're a very, very, very sweet bean who streams from Ireland, and they have immaculate fashion sense. I think you'll like them a lot. I said the same about raiding into you because nobody you stream before me. yeah, it's like, normally, these are people that I watch, but I can't necessarily raid into them because I don't normally go this long. Also, thank you for putting the raid calls in the chat. If you fancy, grab a raid call. We have one for standard and one for sub, so that you can help spread some love into another channel. I think it'd be really nice today, especially since they are raising lots of money. They also have a shark plushie that they do lots of stuff with, which, not weird stuff, but like stuff that's like fun and cute and like kind of emote stuff. So yeah, you'll like it there. It's basically here, but cute. Very much cute. I don't know that I'd necessarily describe as a cute channel. Oh dear. Yeah, grab a raid call and we'll send some love to them. I hopefully should be back tomorrow. I will just try and swap my monitors around. I think that should fix the problem. And we'll be doing more of this tomorrow. I'd like to, in the next couple days, get the whole sleeve patterned. That's the fingers crossed. Again, thank you so much for the raids, by the way. We had so many raids today. Witchy, Amazonian, Nick Bricks, Dem, Shifty, who I guess doesn't really count, but I'll count them, Ver and B. Thank you everybody who raided. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow morning at a more normal time. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Stop.